Hello, hello. Hey, Hideo. How'd the weekend go? Oh, all right, so we're gonna do the thing we normally do on Monday morning, which is clean up the to-do list. Good weekend? Yeah, good weekend. I told Hideo this, but I got... Can I show you guys this? I got it so that you can actually click play on Steam on Botland for like me and Hideo, not for everybody. And it'll load. So, yeah, there we go. Come on, don't make a fool out of me. Yeah, so there we go, that's that. I don't know which version this is pointing at. I'm not going to really figure it out right now because there's still some work I need to do there. Oh, wedding. Okay, I didn't realize it was a wedding. There's annoying news, most of you lurking. Yeah, the presentation stuff. Well, that is good that you were there to take over for your friend, or, well, co-worker, maybe not friend. All right, any other post-stream tasks that we had done? So I'm going to clean up the to-do list, and then we're going to figure out what to do today. So this is this is probably going to be pretty common in the next, what, 43 days or whatever I said? Yeah, 43 days until launch. And I think 43 days is enough time to finish what I need to do. I know what's going on today. I'm resubbing. Welcome back, Ski Dog. Thanks for the 32 months. So what is this? Publish the page, publish the page. Anything else? This was Steam stuff. There we go. How are you doing, Ski Dog? Okay, that's looking good. Yeah, let's mark this as finished. Normally I keep track of the line count. I think I took care of some of this over the weekend, so I think this is going to be inaccurate. But let's see. What did we just delete right there? Yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll find it all at the end. Alright, what else did we finish? A lot of payment and monetization code. Any other things that were done here? This is itch stuff. This is terms of service modifications. We will write these down. Hey, Metal Eagle. Learning more about website accessibility today. A very noble task. Finally closing that public repo. Which public repo? Oh, the one with the bug list and everything? Actually, you know what I wanted to look at today? Look at shared bears change. It may be more important than I originally thought. Hey, Amperi. Amperi, your visits have been getting shorter. Hey, Raimu. So I guess we're canceling these. There you go. Hey, Sinu. Hey, Smurf. Yeah, have no clue. That's definitely how I feel. Welcome back, C17R. Thank you for the resub. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody's Monday? How's C17R's Monday? How about we all just answer how we think C17R is doing? All right, all of this is done. Woohoo. And this, uh-oh. Okay, let's just open the whole file again. 3.4, that's a good guess. A great guess. Okay, anything else we have here? I think that's it. I think these are stragglers. Yeah. Yep, that's it. Okay, so how many lines do we have? Feels like you haven't been here forever. Well, welcome back. Evenings are very busy the last couple of months. Not much time for Twitch when I finish work in 15 minutes time. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not streaming more in the afternoon for reasons you already pointed out. Hey, Clayman. So we got rid of about 400 lines. I'm hoping as we get closer to launch that we get rid of more lines. But I guess, you know, whatever. Update database test timeout. Yeah, so there are a lot of little changes that I could make. And at some point we need to look at the before launch list because there's a lot of stuff here, but I don't know how much I can do on stream. Like, these things can't be done on stream. Figure out whether people are liking challenge mode. If they are, maybe tackle some of the future work. Yeah. The chip space on computer level. Yeah, well, how about we start with some of the stuff I do know about. Hey, War Eagle. Yeah, 43 days. Oh, good, Raimu. Glad to hear about C17R. Yeah, all right. I'm going to take care of a change that I wanted to make last stream, which was this. Right now, there's this system of shared variables between the overseer and the account server. So these are things like, should we be sending emails? Should we even expose the servers to the public? And every time I wanted to add a new one, I had to make a new, I had to copy paste like 8 different files worth of code. So what I want to do is I want to make some better design for this so that adding in a new one would literally just be like, we have foo, we put in a new one here, and then we're done. Or maybe we modify, you know, like a couple lines of code, but not a whole lot. Hey, Leska. I don't know if you got my message before the stream, but I had said the bot's not online when I'm not online. Yeah, so I'd like to do this. And the reason I want to do this, even though it seems like, well, this is just a refactoring task, right? Is because if I can add in more of these variables, I could control more things in the future for launch and for any features we want to test. Like if I want to add in a Boolean that I can control via Postman, I could do that very quickly then. Nice guy, the wolf. So let's come up with a today command first. I guess that's pretty important. So Monday, Adam is working. Actually, no, let's look at the roadmap first. What else is on the roadmap? Ski Dog is Ski Dog allowed to play is always true. Except for when it's not. Accessibility department is huge, yeah. This has been a while since you went through to clean out the tasks that are no longer applicable. Yeah, it has been a while. Although I imagine even if I combed through the whole file that I wouldn't get rid of more than, let's say, like 10%. Maybe more, but it would take a long time even just to do that. So incorporate monetization is still in process. In progress, I don't know why I keep saying that. The itch release is pretty much done. Yeah, I'm gonna just delete this. The Steam release is also in progress. Good God. So these things are being done. I think we're gonna pretty much switch to these. I don't know about doing something about these things. Be okay if I post here? Oh yeah, sure. That's totally fine. And then if you don't get your answer from that, there's the coding question thing where you can post in Discord. Hey, AMT, I'm gonna assign that to you, Botland VR. Okay. So today Adam is working on some pre-launch improvements to the game. They're sort of all over the place since he doesn't know what's able to be covered on stream. There are some important tasks for off stream. Okay, the thing about adding Botland to your wish list, I don't think I'm going to do that. I guess I'll just include the play link here. Hey, Futurist. Hey, Yusuf. Waiting for the meeting to start. Oh, man. I'm sorry, Skydoll. And the process went at least a little bit smoother. Yeah, their GUI was actually pretty good. And I did use the GUI. It was, yeah, it was like straightforward enough. There are some weird things there. You have to have a default build or a default branch or something like that. And it says before you publish it, like, are you sure this will push it to everyone? And I'm like, wait, what? I don't want this to be accessible to anybody except for, you know, like Hideo and me. And then I found in their documentation, oh, here's what this really means, and then it was fine. And then I asked Raimu, hey, oh yeah, I didn't give Raimu a point. I asked Raimu if he could access it. He said no, so I think everything's okay. Okay, yeah, so I gotta design the system first. So let's go see what we're doing now. Overseer, admin, rest server. Oh, also I gotta be on a different branch. This whole thing about being on AD Steam upload scripts was the wrong branch to begin with. Should have been the Steam app. Oh well. We'll go fix that. Usafe, you know what? When I was trying to find Hideo's Steam name, I searched for Hideo, and I think it was something like 30 pages of results. So yeah, I expect on almost every game or service out there, there's probably a lot of Hideos. Git checkout master, git pull. Now this is worth looking at just for the sake of habit, but I don't expect anything to be here yet. Okay. Git checkout -b. So what are we gonna do here? AD shared variable refactor. So yeah, I wanted to look at what system we have right now. We have set shared variables, and we take in. So what are the requirements I have of this? I guess requirements. When setting variables, I want to be able to only have to specify the ones that I want to change. Anything not specified should not change, as opposed to being set to null. Jack, this list is about 7,000 lines long. I ain't playing with scissors. Hey, it's Skiz. Kept asking if he knew Adam, but he didn't respond. Oh, that's pretty funny. How to just render time for graphs with many, many items, Canvas. I have an application showing data to the user. Amount of data in the DB is several hundred gigabytes. I have huge amounts of data points. Amount of data causes long render times. 60,000 DOM elements. So I think what might be, yeah, I know the keyboard's loud. I wonder if it's getting louder. I wonder if like the rubber underneath is wearing down or something, and so now you can hear it mashing against the base of the keyboard. So there are a few things when you're improving any sort of performance that boils down to do something or do less of something, do something less frequently, do it faster. I think there's a fourth one, have more things doing it. These are generally, I think, the only real ways you can ever increase the speed of something. And they're all pretty straightforward, right? Like if you had 10K of something, cut it down to 1K or something. If you're doing something 10K every second, then cut it down to like 10K every minute. Instead of doing it 10K per second, try to cut it down to 10K per half second. And just have more things doing it. It's pretty obvious too. You wish it was louder. So how would you actually achieve this? Well, if you want hoverovers and everything else, doing that through the canvas is going to be kind of annoying because you need to track all the positions of things yourself. But you wouldn't have to modify the DOM at least. So anyway, in this case, it sounds like maybe do less of something. I don't know. All right. So this was a requirement. The other thing was, what do we have as far as types go? This is Boolean, 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 a number. Okay. So we do need types. Need to allow for different types. We currently use bool, numbers. What else do we have? This is a string. So pretty much all the types. Right, how do we verify this? Oh, then we need certain ones that are forced in production. They end up using the Steam GUI. Yeah, I said I did. Yeah, it was, I did use it, and also it was good. There are, oh, and then the other thing it can do is it can actually generate the resulting JSON files. So I think they call them VDF files. I think they're just JSON. So that I can go check these in. I haven't done that yet. Because again, this process isn't really that important if I'm going to be the one to deploy all the time. I could just, you know, never check it in and rebuild it. But yeah, I should check it in. Okay, so need to allow for different types. And then what else do we do here? We have certain ones that are required in production. So there's going to be like a JSON blob describing all of these. Some may be forced in production. So essentially each variable needs some metadata around it that the overseer would know. And that could just be a JSON blob. Now, how does this get set on the account server? Internal set shared variables. This apparently exists elsewhere. Yep. Here it is. And we call into account server env. Also, I wonder if we can share any of this stuff between overseer and account server. Hey, Sorty. Most of what I've done here at Twitch is video game streams. I find it entirely useless to where I want to go in my layers of coding. So you see coding. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Sorty. Yeah. And good luck on your journey. Let me know if you have any questions. Hey, Penguin. Hang on, I got a cough. Excuse me. Okay, also, it is very hot. And it's 9 in the morning. Goodness. Could have automatic setter and getters generated so the current calls wouldn't change, only the internal ones. I want to change the current calls. I don't want them to be, there's like so much code spewed everywhere for no reason. You know, antimatter tape, there's a fire extinguisher produced by this company that apparently doesn't extinguish fires. So they had a recall on them. And I went and looked at the brand that we have, and it turns out it is this brand. Now, I did not look into it any further, and I really should prioritize that. But I imagine I wouldn't be able to save either one. Hey, Jupiter. Yeah, you could fry an egg on this keyboard. Okay, so we call in individual functions over here, but all of them in the end are just setting variables locally. Okay, so we're gonna have to move shared variables on the, let's just do it this way. You rate me. So move shared variables from being directly inside the account server env to being in an object that holds all of them. And the overseer changes, manifest, you know what, metadata somewhere. I think this should probably be accessible between both of the servers though. I don't know what I currently do for this. What do I do? I guess I end up making another package somewhere. Maybe I should make like a server shared. I'll just make a new package. That's fine. Because we have things like game version and everything. I could just make shared variables. Oh yeah, adding tests is already written here. I definitely need to do that. Especially once the system is more formal. Rainy. It's impossible to hide the sound too. Just flip-flopping and barking all over. So let me think of how I'd want to do this. We could have something like a class shared variable, constructor. What do I want? I guess we could say things like type, default value is required in prod. Yeah, the barking, they're not going to try to get rid of that. They're not monsters. So I'll do something like this. We'll have some type checking in it. And I could say like shared variables equals new shared variable. Oh yeah, name. A name would be pretty good. So let's see how this system would work. I'm just designing right now. I know it looks like I'm coding, but I'm coding via, or I'm designing via code. So this would be called allow feedback. Type would be bool, or we'd have like some shared variable types dot boolean. I don't know if that's even worthwhile to do. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, default value would be probably true. I don't know what this defaults to. And it doesn't really matter for the sake of this. Yeah, so I should just not care. Oh, they get pulled in via environment variables though, right? They need to get replicated. Replicated between overseers. And then there's something else here that would have been a problem. Oh yeah, I need to pull in the default values from environment variables most of the time. Your challenge code is in number of milliseconds to grind for. How precise can you be, Ramy? It's always required to prod whatever, true. Yeah, this part doesn't matter. I think what matters here is we have app service overseer. So we're gonna have a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, allow feedback value, true. So these could always match the environment variables that we have. I hope that would work. Maybe I should collect up all the ones that we have so far. Yeah, I should do that. Make sure all references to these are updated. Hey, Kincomatics. Grind distance, grind time. Doesn't matter, you're gonna have to be a robot for it. Oh, you know what? I don't need to get these from here. I have them in here. So we will just switch to local so I don't mess anything up. And here are all the ones we have. Can I copy all of these? Of course not. Okay, so send email on purchase error. We already had that one. Which ones don't we have? Expose servers to public. Expected client version. What else? Allow feedback. That's 6, right? 6. Yeah, we have 6. Okay. Nice, Ramy. I still haven't gotten Thai food in a criminally long time. It's just such a shame. So do we have the ability to manifest all of these, I guess? And is this a good enough way of doing this? It should probably be in its own entire package. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the icon of Postman. Yeah, it's been broken though. Yeah, that's done through the bot, Jupiter, yep. Okay, so what I wanted to check next is, are all of these named the same way in here? I sure hope so. No, I don't, Global Hero. I mean, hashtag dog mom. And we don't have any pets either, actually. Yo, welcome back for 34 months. Almost dyslexically said 43 months. Thank you for all the support. And thanks for... I gotta give you a point too. Thanks for looking up the tweet that I asked about. Are all these done? No, expected client version doesn't come from an environment variable. Okay, I had to figure that out. Oh, hey, Malarius. Rarely see you in here now. Or wait, apparently almost never see you in here. You're one of the OG followers. I think I have, since, 2016. Whoa, thanks for subbing. You're a review bot now. And hey, Pain. Did you contact Twitch devs streaming Hawaiian something paper? Oh yeah, I did. I tweeted at them. And they just liked my tweet. They didn't say anything. So, I don't know. But I read the paper. I thought it was kind of nice. So where's the part about environment variables? Yeah, so isn't pulled in from an environment variable. How will we do that? I guess we could just say something like environment variable name. And this could be null. If environment variable name is null, don't read from the environment. And in almost every single case, I think it's the same as the name of the variable. But I'd rather have it be explicit. in Japan until September. Wow. Rename Adam 1984. Yeah, so the whole age thing, there are some strict rules about this. It's... Oh, I could have sworn I had written don't guess. Anyway, there's a whole lot of things here. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, there's the age stuff if anyone wants it. Did you finish it, Jupiter? I think we have pretty much everything I need now. I think. What happens on the server? Is there anything else that I need here? Because I think if the overseer tells you the type of this, it should be fine. No, that's okay. Man, I didn't... I mean, it was not like it was in that first link anyway. What was I going to do? Set shared variables. Yeah, I want to see if there's anything here that checks type. I think it literally just takes whatever was given and sets it, as long as it's not null. So none of these can be nulled out. They have to have values. Yeah. So I guess we'll write that here somewhere. Make sure to write somewhere that none of these can be nulled out. Hey, Jesta. Well, if there's anything I can make clearer, do let me know. Set botland streams. This is not a shared variable. What? It is? Okay. Hey, Schiffer, welcome back. You glitched out. Will the checklist be done by then? No, not all 7,000 things. But the important stuff will be. It's mostly what's following the roadmap. That's not okay, Adam. Ban him. Are the pixie bugs completely fixed? Probably not. What we're mostly just trying to do is get everything to a state where it's as good as it can be, and not... Sorry, as good as it can be in 43 days, not as good as it can be ever. Yeah, the light codes are still there. Although no one's really commenting on them anymore. I wonder if part of it is because I've seen other streamers start to do it now, including at least 2 in science and development, who I think were perhaps inspired by this stream. It's not like it's that unique of an idea, but still, I think it's more common on Twitch now, so people aren't commenting on it anymore. So I got to figure out how this happens with all of these, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 7 more of these that I did not actually account for. What were the 7 more? You got that. So botland streams, that was one of them. This one we had, this one we had, this one we had, this. Is Adam on Twitch? Okay, so it's all the Twitch stuff. No, there's also serialized currencies. Yeah, you can buy light powers. So how do these make it here? Oh, they just don't get set this way. I see. Okay, time to do some more searches. Overseer state, botlands, streams. Yeah, I'll need to store these all somewhere. So this would be like shared variable. The template or type or something like that. Details maybe? Call it details to differentiate between to differentiate the template from storage. I don't know. That might be weird. Hey, Tenon. Hey, Yal. And Daddy. It's going to be a weird name to ever say in chat. Do you have eye strain? If yes, how do you handle it? Not really. I bought some eye drops that I think help, but I haven't really been using them too much. They're pretty good for when you wake up though. Are things off stream because of trade secrets and everything? Essentially, yeah. There's a risk of leaking information with some of the stuff that I need to do off stream. I mean, if you take a look, some of these are like legal requirements. So the other day, for example, I needed to file for a business license. Like, there's no way I would ever do that on stream. That required a bunch of personal information. I had to spend money doing that, you know, type in bank details and stuff. There's just no reason to do that here. Then call it template. Yeah. Yeah, that might be better. So I actually learned a trick, Jupiter, about eye drops. So the way I used to do them is, you know, you open your eye and you try pouring the drop directly into your eye. If you pour it like right into the corner where your tear duct is and then just kind of blink a lot, it will eventually spread to your eye. And that is a pretty painless way of doing it. Especially if you find yourself wasting a lot or just blinking repeatedly as it's about to enter your eye. Okay, so this will be in its own package. We know that. These things I didn't finish looking into, I think. But we eventually call, yeah, set strict variables here. So this is an array. And it's an array of strings. Right? I think so. Yeah, in the corners where you embrace the pain, become one with the pain. It's an object array. Oh, yeah, okay, interesting. So it's an array of objects. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so let's go start to work on this, I guess. Well, did I figure everything out? I should probably make sure that I'm done designing this before I just start. We're gonna get set shared variables and we'll get a bunch of these. And what we're gonna do is go through and just literally set them here and not do anything else. And hope that these are all fine. Alternatively, when an account server starts up, it can be told all of the types of these things too. Double alternatively, we wouldn't even have this as a thing. Or we export them all directly from here. Who is this person? That's who I am. That's my secret identity. Okay, yeah, I know what I need to do. I just need to figure out exactly how. So I originally wanted to make shared variable template, but I don't have to dynamically populate these. So the package that declares the template can also export all of the real templates that I use. That way, the overseer doesn't need to tell the account server about it. Hey, Derek. Nice. Yeah. What changed, Jesta? Remove that from the overseer, put that in your always free DynamoDB. Yeah, not gonna do that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's go make a new package. So what was the last package that I even made? I don't even know how to figure that out because the date modified on all of these is pretty much the same. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. You could just look at any of these. And I guess we're going to write this in ES5 class, just something like this. This is probably fine. Not sure. Enjoy not having eyes turned to jelly, though. Yeah, that's pretty important. Although if they ever did, you could have a very, very unique PBJ. Very unique. So I can make a new one of these. Okay. Made the doc package of the day is important. It is only important in that I didn't... No, this is going to be different. Now, I'll just continue to do things like this. Yeah, we'll copy the news item thing that we have here. Although, what is... I don't even use this. And I need to use this because this is exactly... Nah, whatever. I'll use it later. And then we also had things like game version here. Yeah, these things are fine. All right, we'll copy this. So I'm gonna call this shared variable. Yeah, good. All right, so let's go modify this. This will be 0, and this will be shared variable. Index sounds good. Get head shouldn't be there. Cool. Then we'll go update index, and this will be shared variable template. We'll just delete all this for now. This will probably match pretty closely to what we had here, except for that I'm going to make this params. So something like this. Yeah. And then, I don't know, let's save all this off. Source / index, please. Okay, yeah, sure. Delete that and update this to source. Okay, I think that should work. Right, isn't that what this does? Yeah. Although there's also a .js at the end. I don't know if I put that in. Is it? Okay, great. So now here we are, and we want to set probably all of these. I'm gonna do this pretty fast just to get this set up, and then I'll make sure this works, of course. So we're not actually gonna export this. We're gonna go make a bunch of these now. Shared variables, new template, and then we're gonna export shared variables. Hey, Boost. All right, so we just got to manifest all of these. Okay. Only 43 days, I know. This is gonna make me go crazy. So name. There. All right, type of a lot of these is gonna be pretty simple. We'll just set it to, oh yeah, I'm supposed to have type somewhere, huh? Hold on. I want to find out if any of these things you shared. That one doesn't, but that's close enough. Yeah. And I need to link one of these things too, right? Darn, I forgot how to do this. Good thing I wrote notes. Adding a brand new module. This step assumes you've set it. Yep, I've done that. Needs to have package.json. Good. If you don't want to be published, no, I don't care about that. Make a new folder in packages, npm and init. That's all fine. That's fine. That's fine. Add a git ignore for node modules if you haven't blocked it recursively. Did I block it recursively? I guess we'll just add in the same git ignore. Yeah, sure, fine. There. Import your module from any other modules that may need it, even if you haven't finished writing it yet. That way all the steps can be compacted and done before you get to the code. The way I did this is so I didn't have to publish, just manually type it in a package.json and then run learn a link at the end. I guess I should say from the root. Yeah, so including this, so to do manifest the types, this isn't gonna work. Maybe we'll just comment this all out for now. Or maybe I manifest the types anyway. Oh, nice Boost, man. What do you have as a connection now? So what I want to do is I want to use util, and I can't use util here. And I actually can't use import here as far as I know either. Yeah, let's copy this. Nice rating. Util.create a new. Good old 180p, super high def. Reminds me of the good old days when monitors were only 64 by 48. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep this straight. Those old days, shared variable types. And just delete the old contents of all of this stuff. So what we're gonna have is like Boolean, string, number, array of objects. You know, the usual. Roofsy, welcome back. Thank you for the quarter of a year resub. It's quite the resub message you got. I like it. So is there a better way of doing this? I'm sending this between servers. And I want types to be important here. Actually, in some cases, I guess the type doesn't matter. And I'm only checking this when it's an environment variable. Maybe we should link it to that. I don't actually know what I want to do. Keyboard am I using? I will let someone from chat do that, but it's the exclamation point keyboard command. Joy. Let me think. Because the only time I'm actually reading this in... Anyway, yeah, Joy would probably work pretty well for this. Okay, that's it. That's a good point. I thank you guys. I'll give Roofsy a point. He was the first on my screen. Yeah, so we'll have some sort of Joy schemas here. So that means I need to install Joy. Okay, so install Joy. Require shared variables from the overseer. And then finish manifesting all of the templates. Right, this will never hit the client. Hey, Perpetual Fest. Yeah, if any of these ever needed to hit the client, they would have a different route for doing so. So they'd go through the account server, for example. Anyway, Joy, I wonder if I should just get the newest version, or if I should install the version that I have for everything else. And if I'm getting the newest version here, whoa, what? Oh, I don't think I ever did that. No, I didn't. They can't link to this right now? Okay. Yeah, then I guess that answers my question. I should just upgrade here for everything. So I was on version 13 and now they're on 15. So let's see what changed. This is not version 15. I don't even know what I clicked. I meant to click this. Breaking change to a document, get documented using issues. So we want to look at 14 and 15. Where's 15? I see 14. What? They don't have a 15. Maybe it's this one? That's weird. Alright, so this major version introduces a lot of breaking changes, trying to fix some long-lasting quirks. Most of the breaking changes should be edge cases. Encourage you to read these notes carefully. Oh boy. Risk high. This isn't good. Strip unknown defaults to not strip array items. Okay, do we even use this? No. Stricter and safer parsing of numbers. From now on, numbers are checked to be within the range of what JavaScript considers safe. You can disable this behavior by doing unsafe. Advice against that. Okay. Also, numbers when converted from strings will check for conversion fidelity, meaning there will be errors if you lost some precision on the way. Numbers in another base were improperly converted. Okay, that's all fine. I don't think that should impact me. Fixed output result of this. Valid is used to provide a whitelist of values, and insensitive can influence how strings are matched inside that list. Check whether it matched and then return the input. This is wrong because what you most likely expect is to get a string that is inside that whitelist, not some uppercase version of it. Okay, well, we use valid. I don't know if we use insensitive at the same time. Also, how would I even find this? Oh, what am I doing? There should be a /b. Yeah, so here are the three cases where we use them. Do any of them also have... No, that does not. That does not. And that does not. Okay, cool. No, we shouldn't advise them to do anything. We don't want to loose them as customers. All right, nested paths on object or NAND and XOR with, without. I know it's XOR, not XOR. Nested paths on those functions are not supported. I don't know if we ever used any of these. Oh, that's not the right thing to search for. Maybe dot. Simon, welcome back. Thank you for the resub. All you view bots returning to your motherboard. Man, I had some weird dream last night. I just remembered there was this other Twitch streamer. I was invited onto their stream. Actually, I'm not going to even continue sharing the details of this because they're not important, but I'm apparently dreaming about Twitch streams now. That can't be a good sign. I'm using QWERTY. Buffalo grass. Your name is probably not pronounced that way, in which case let me know how I'm supposed to pronounce it. Okay, I don't think I'm using this, so let's just not look at that anymore. Examples are now validated again and can be replaced. What does that even mean? Oh, there's a function called example. So, no, we don't ever use that. Lazy schemas are now less lazy by default. Joy.lazy is now caching the result of its function call. This could lower the overhead if you were generating schemas in those. Want to disable that. Do we use lazy? No. Array min max length will be overridden by last call. So min3, min2 is now the same as min2. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know why I would ever do this. I feel like this would have been a bug to begin with. In fact, they should probably give you a warning if you ever try calling this and you already had one. Oh well, whatever. I don't think it's gonna matter. Objects have patterns. String.regex now preserve most of the flags. All flags but I were ignored. Now you can yeah, I'm not probably doing that. Single year is now parsed correctly for ISO dates. Expecting, do we ever use that? God, searching for these things. Sometimes pretty painful. ISO date, I guess I do. Okay, so what does this mean? When expecting a joy.date.iso, single numbers as strings such as 2013 were considered as epoch while the ISO format allows for that. Now it's correctly considered. Okay, I don't think we ever used this property of ISO date. Yeah, I don't think so. Put them in a TV. Those are some strong feelings about video games being useless, Sorty. Correctly apply labels to alternative schemas. Error messages could look weird when you chain a label with an alternative. Joy.whenfoo.label. Do we ever use .label? No. They're potoply. And then finally, error message override is also applied to individual errors. A value can fail for many reasons, especially if you use abort early false. Error overrides used to take over. I don't know what this is. Yeah, I don't know what this is. New features were introduced, none otherwise. Okay, fine. Sounds good to me. Now, what was this other thing that we have here? Replace is email with happy address. Where's version 15's breaking changes? Maybe they didn't have any, but then why would they make it a new major version? Unless the new major... Oh, yeah, there it is. So that's the breaking change? Oh, okay. Yeah. Got it. Joy.string.email options changed. So do we use this? No. How do we validate email addresses though? Schemas are here. Email username. Oh, I know how. I wrote a custom function for that. Yeah, I know how I did it. It's something in network util. Not really sharing. All right, so what's the rest of this? The following options are no longer supported. I don't care about any of those. And checklist, scan U code for any reference to email. Ensure you understand that some email address is considered valid before no longer valid. Yeah, I don't care. Okay, cool. So then we're done. We can just upgrade to the newest thing. We're not upgrading to 16, but what does 16 change out of curiosity? Oh my god, there's too much to read. This isn't even the supported version right now, so I'm not going to read this. But look at how many breaking changes there are. This list is gigantic. Again. Yeah, it's essentially that, Raimo. Okay, let's install a new thing here. Oh, this is gonna spiral out of control. Yarn add, and then what packages even use this? No. The overseer and the account server. Oh, before release they do that. Okay. Thank you. That is good information. And also good that I didn't read through it all because it wouldn't have mattered right now. So we gotta do a bunch of stuff. This, I already had the idea. Did I update the descriptions? Seems new, or I just don't remember them. I have updated them. I don't think I updated them recently though. So was Joy a dev dependency? No. Just want to make sure it wasn't. No, okay. And we need to remove the old one. Yarn remove Joy. Can you do both of these at once? Does it even matter? Okay, so let's paste that in and just see what happens. Because it should give me version 15 point whatever that was. I don't know. I pretty much just gave up on trying to see what we're doing. Funny, given that I'm installing a validation library, that I'm not validating anything. 15.1. Okay, that's what I expected to install. Don't forget to update it. Yep, exactly. Yeah. Although that will fail if I don't update it. Okay, what do we end up with? 15.1. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now yarn remove Joy. And then over here, yarn, kind of the same thing. All right, this will take some time. While that's working, let's go update the imports. So all of these are going to change to the new one. So just like that. Now we can search for this and find a bunch of them that way, and then change this to from there, and find and replace all of those. Is this almost done? Not really. Okay, so now what do we have here? That seems wrong. Oh, because of the requires. Okay, yeah. So these have all been updated, and now all the requires need to change. Not bad. Franks, welcome back. And what's going on? Hang on a second. There we go. 20 months. Tier 2 resub. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. What a stupid emote. Adam Art P. Okay. There's that. And now I need to do what? 2 more commands here? Oh boy. Alright. It is art. It is art. I like all the different sub icons there are in chat. That's pretty cool. There was a time when the half-year resub icons didn't exist, and the 9-month one, I think. So now yarn remove Joy. Alright. Done with that. We have no more Joy in our project. We have Happy Joy. I like how they named the new one. happy joy. And I think we fixed all these, yeah. So this is done. Now require this from the overseer. Gotta do that. Botland shared variables. This is gonna be 1.0.0. And then I gotta go run install on that. Maybe that was a bad idea right now. No, I don't know. Okay, now run learn a link at the root. Should probably do this in the account server as well. Learn a link. Elite. Did that work? Man, it used to be easy to check this because you would go into a node modules folder and see if there was a symlink. I wonder if I can do the same thing. Yeah, hey, there it is. Okay, there's a symlink in account server. Now what about an overseer? Node modules, botland. Yeah, symlink. Nice. Cool. So we did this. Finish manifesting all the templates. So now in order to do this part, we need to go back to shared variable package and install botland shared for whatever version this did. Let's just copy paste that. Oh, we got to copy paste dependencies. There. So now we want shared. So now we run learn a link on this again, and we go check the shared variables folder for node module. Should have a symlink. Good. Okay, I think I got this. And now we should be able to start using, oh, whoops, that wasn't the right library. I meant to write util. That's okay. No harm, no foul. Nope, I hit Control C instead of Control V. All right, does that fix everything? Shared shouldn't be there. We're just gonna delete that. There we go. Everything looks great now. Here, Esu. It's a nice greeting you've got there. I feel like Raimu and I are fighting because anyone who joins the respective discords gets an EJ emote, and it's whether it's going to be the left-facing one or the right-facing one. Whoever gets there first controls it. The most powerful streamer? You mean the one able to lift the most weight? Yes. No, I don't know. I wouldn't look at things in terms of power, that's for sure. And in terms of influence, I don't think it matters. So, yeah, I'm just not going to answer that. You finished the Steam part of the game? Mostly. Okay, so here's what's remaining for Steam. Steam had a ton of requirements for us to do here. There were payments, which are done. And then there was uploading builds, which is split into 3 parts. And this is done. And these are still in progress. But this shouldn't take too much longer. Then once that's finished, then we have to go through the review process, which apparently takes like 3 to 5 days. So I don't think we can get this done this week. I know my goal was to have this kind of finished by the end of yesterday, actually. But we're not quite done. But there's not a lot left. It matters if influence inspired me to stream. Okay, so I shouldn't diminish that. I guess what I meant is, from a conceited perspective, like, it doesn't help to say who has the most influence. But I guess that's not the same as, like, do I have influence? But I would say any streamer who has viewers has influence. I think the only streamer who doesn't have influence is one who has no one watching, because then there's no one to influence. So yeah, I think by that logic, pretty much every streamer has some influence. Hey, Omega Onion. I like the name. Also, my chat just crashed, so the last thing I see is USafe saying old. All right, yeah, so finish manifesting the rest of these templates. I think now we have util that I need here, so we'll go back to shared variables index. And I need to manifest the types. We need... Oh, but I was going to use joy for that. Oh, so I don't even need util. God, what am I doing? Okay. Oh, I didn't miss them saying hello. That was after the old command. And they're just responding to me anyway. This is what my chat looks like. So shared variables, we're going to do yarn remove fontland shared, and then yarn at... What? What? Oh, it's util. Right, I already removed that one. Yarn add happy joy. Oh, that'll take some time. All right, well, we don't really need that to finish. We can still do require happy joy like this into here, and then put the types. Just read the bot's name, and now I'm wondering if the naming was coincidental. Which bot? Botland bot? Or Phantom bot? What are we talking about? All right, so type isn't really needed here. I guess we could have a schema for validating this, but it'd be validating only the environment variable. Everything else wouldn't really matter. So I guess we could just put this in environment variable joy validator, or joy schema, something like that. Hey, Summer Boss. Oh, Botlad? Yeah, that naming was intentional. Oh yeah, I understand a very broad yet complex TLDR version. I had to work with 2 separate date trackers. Yeah, I was thinking of just having one, but 708 streams of Botland, I didn't want to just get rid of that number. I feel like that's quite a lot, because remember, this is over the course of... Wait a second. No, I was wondering what day I started. It was, I think, September 8th, 2015 at this point. So we're coming up on almost exactly 4 years. And by then we'll have had probably like 720 streams. Entertainment 720. We made it a reality. Almost though. Hey, Adrian. Okay, so the validators we'll worry about in a sec. Did this finish? Yeah. So now if I look at the package.json, yeah, we just have one thing in here, and in the folder, this is empty. I think we just deleted. Hey, Amsterdam. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everyone new to the stream. Because you're a true gamer, and every true gamer cares about their combos. I'm not saying money, please. Not yet. Wait until Botland's released. Okay, so all these names that we had need to be strings. It's pretty important. The type is not a type anymore. This will save. Then we need to actually make use of these things. Default values. I don't know where this is ever used, because they're all read in from environment variables, right? No, maybe it matters. Okay, well, let's manifest some things here. So first of all, type string, the name of the variable. That's pretty important. Default value. The default value of the variable. This will only be used if environment variable name. What was I gonna do? So I guess by manifesting this, I would say that an environment variable is required. So by not having one, we would error. This is only used if this is null. Yeah. Oh, impressive that I know the combinations. No, so I made shortcut strings for these, so I can make every kind of arrow. It's just really pointless when you think about it. So I just typed out the shortcut strings. What am I launching? Yeah, check out the new command there, Summer Boss. But I mean, you could just make like a macro for typing out the punch thing that I did. Okay, is required in production. This is just a Boolean. If should default to false. Should default to true. What do we even use this for? There was some specific thing that we needed this. I don't remember what anymore. Oh man. This. Expected client version. If not is nil expected client version and the environment is not production. Okay, I don't remember this. I did something that ignores this on the client. I must ignore it. Yeah, I know what I did. Okay, I remember this. We got to get rid of this. So this required in production thing is probably pointless. Let's get rid of it. And environment variable name, we'll copy this. And I'll write if defined, this is the name of the environment variable that we'll pull the starting value from. If not defined, then you should specify default value. And I'll need to write some assertions in here too. I guess the very first thing is write some assertions in shared variable template to make sure we defined everything correctly. And then a joy schema. I don't know what this is considered. I'll just say schema. So if environment variable name is defined, then this also has to be defined so that the type of the variable read in can be validated. Okay, not too bad. So now we have everything. And now we need to match our old system. So let's start with allow feedback. We're gonna go to overseer. Allow feedback was read in from an environment variable, so we do want this to be here. Name is the same thing, and joy schema is just a Boolean. So now we gotta go remember how to do this with schemas. I think I recently did this. Yeah. So here we had object. I guess it's just going to be a Boolean that's required and converts. So it would look like this. And that'd be that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, expose servers to public. Expose servers to public defaults to false. We don't have drat. What am I creating? Check out the new command, Amsterdam. But yeah, I'm making a game called Botland. Maybe this was a bad way of doing things. Because it's only used if the environment variable name is null. Why don't I just make a joy schema anyway, and that'll give us the default value. Yeah, I think that's a better plan. The name Watson carries on. Hooray. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. this is used to validate the type and optionally grant a default value to... Ooh, what's this gonna validate if we don't have anything? We can't say that something's required to the variable. Yeah, I guess we'll get rid of this. I'll just comment this out for now, actually. Let's try this out. So we have joy schema, we're gonna get rid of this, and then we need to go figure out how to make something have a default. Where do we do that? Where's the documentation? Documentation, API, here it is. And ooh, they changed this. Wow, neat. Yeah, they definitely changed this. It used to be just a GitHub doc, I think. So any should have a default value and description. Yeah, cool. So it's just .default. And here we want the default to be true, and it should convert from a string. Sounds good. Yeah, nice. Once we get to test, that's when this is really going to matter, all of this stuff. Okay, so now we have the setup for one of these. So now getting all the rest of them should be a piece of cake. So let's all type the piece of cake emoji into chat. Expose servers to public, defaulted true, false. There we go. Wow, those are some funny looking cakes you guys made. They're all probably equally delicious. Enable purchases, where's that one? That defaults to false. So basically when I start the server, we can't just start paying for stuff. Send email on purchase error defaulted to true. Cool. Hey Chris, that's cheesecake. I guess that technically does count. Twitch min viewers. Where is that? Twitch min viewers. It started at 0. So this is a number. I mean, more specifically, it's an integer. Where's number? Integer. Okay. Dot integer. Dot default to 0. Do we have a convert here? I think convert is for everything. I think we do want to convert. Did I say that's what cheesecake? I think I said that's a cheesecake. I don't remember. Oh, wow, Tara. Actually, I thought one of the hands was a shrimp. What is that? What is this indeed? Oh, is this me taking a selfie? Okay. You had made one a long time ago where one of the hands was a shrimp. Scientifically speaking, it's more of a custard pie. I think cheesecake is pretty good, but it's not my favorite dessert. And I've already told you guys what my favorite desserts are: cinnamon rolls and soft serve ice cream. These two, not together. Actually, I don't think I've ever had them together, but individually. They are the world's greatest desserts, and nobody can argue with either one of them. Not a single person. So default is 0. This stuff is fine. Yeah, and I guess we want this to be non-negative, but I don't think we can do that. Yeah, I don't think we can do that. I think we can only say that it's either positive or negative, but I can't say it's non-negative or non-positive. Oh, yes, we can. We can say min. Okay. Cinnamon roll ice cream, that'd probably be pretty good. Although it'd probably just be cinnamon ice cream. Okie dokie, that one's done. So Twitch min viewers, what else do we have here? Expected client version. This is the only one that did not come from a string. So this one should default to false. So environment variable name is just going to be null. Hey, multiple pixels. Your favorite is this. What is this? Oh, Merlin. Welcome back. 35 months. We're celebrating your resub with what looks like chocolate cake. Very dense chocolate cake. Looks delicious. With chunks of cinnamon roll in it. That's true. I didn't think about that. That's like how cookies and cream has chunks of Oreos or something in it. Or I guess cookie dough has cookie dough in it. So what would this be? I guess this would be a string, and it would default to... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a version that's out of date or that doesn't exist, like 000. I'll have to come back to that. Hey, Arcane Water. Not a cake fan. What do you like, Merlin? Oh, it has jam in the middle? Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, botland streams, same basic thing. We're not reading this in from an environment variable, and it would default to an array of objects. How do we do that? Array. This one is tougher, that's for sure. I guess we'll just do this. Done. All right, is Adam on Twitch? The answer right now is yes, but in the future, it might not be yes. Unset is what it starts to. Okay, that's what we're starting this one at then too. Let's put this one down here and this one down here. Change to unset. Okay. Any info on how the memory leak was fixed? The one you were fixing like a month ago? What happened with that? Did I make a memory leak or a leak command or something? It was with Pixie, right? Didn't I make one? I thought I... Yeah, no. Was it that? No, it wasn't that one. What was it? It was some WebGL thing. Anyway, I kind of remember. So I don't think it was a leak exactly. I think it was that every pixel was being represented by 4 bytes. And that was 1 byte each for RGB and A. And now I'm representing each pixel by 2 bytes. So I basically just cut these down so that it's like half a byte for each value. And that helped a lot. And then there was one other major change that I made. Oh yeah, then sprite sheets were 2048 by 2048, and I cut those down to 1024 by 1024. Yeah, so that was the summary of everything that had happened back then. Serialized current season, I have no idea what this is. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I think it's just an object, but what does it start as? Does it not have a start? Kidding me? I didn't do this. So it starts as nothing? This sounds like a bad idea. There's a wrapper on the database function. I think we should start this at null then. Is this done at startup of the whole server? Handle post-season reset. Read current season from database. Aha, this is done at startup. Okay, so then this can start as an empty object, maybe? Or maybe no. Yeah, I don't think it was really a leak. It's kind of a shame about old games, right, Rami? Sometimes there are some really good ideas, and unless you find modders who are going to do it, then that's it. The game just lives in an incomplete state almost. I mean, they probably fleshed it out for whatever they wanted to do, and you're hoping that they took it further, but maybe you could be that programmer. So what does this save as? Serialized current season? Season object.serialize? Season serialized. So it's going to turn into an object that looks like this. So how about we just start it as null? Joy.object.default null. This gets read at the startup, at Overseer startup. Why'd that not work? It's basically Blockly. Yeah, you can make Final Fantasy Land. Now, what happens when these things are never used anymore? Nothing's going to tell that they're never used. Hey, Toulouse. Yeah, I don't know if you missed a lot. It's just I have set a tentative launch date. 43 days. It's crazy. 4 years of work will kind of be out there for the world to see. It's already out there. I shouldn't say that. Also, the number of people signing up for accounts. Does this actually work? Let me see if it links to the right place. Yeah, it does. So I'll show you guys. I put this into the Botland Discord. So if anyone's not there and would want to see these things just kind of randomly, you can check this out here. But I've been keeping track of these stats every single week since February 3rd. So it's been a little over 6 months now. And we can see that the last week was here. Full accounts created, 238. Guest accounts, about 200. And actually exactly 200, and 5 of them converted. So, and then if you want pictures for all of this, I've only been keeping pictures for maybe a few months. But yeah, 453 total users created. And then Steam wishlist, I've also been tracking. So I had not been streaming and the wishlist numbers didn't really rise a whole lot. Now you can see they went up by 59. So the majority of the people who got pulled into Steam wishlist were through the stream. Hey, Devout. And if anyone else wants to wishlist it, it's there. There's not much of a point for you to wishlist it, but there's a point for me to have it wishlisted by you. So for you, the reason it doesn't really make a lot of sense is because you can just play the game for free right now anyway. It's not like having it on Steam is going to change too much. Although, I don't know, maybe you prefer to play it that way. So, but for me, it helps because it gives more visibility to the game, I think. Oh, really, Macy? Also, hey. How many points for wishlisting? No, I'm not going to do that. And track the active players too, or just the accounts created? Yeah, check out that how many players command, because I think that'll answer your question. Essentially, I am kind of tracking how many active players, and you'll see them in that picture, but it's not maybe exactly accurate. All right, so finish manifesting all the templates. We did that. Now make sure to write that none of these can be nulled out. Oh, yeah. Oh. I guess I shouldn't have a default value of null here then, huh? Okay, I got to think about that. So what is this? Serialized currencies, and this is set right at startup. So I guess we'll say that then. Note, this cannot default to setting a value of null unless you plan on filling in the value right at startup time. Otherwise, there won't be a way to differentiate. Actually, I shouldn't say shouldn't have a default. And also, I think we should write this up here. This represents a variable shared between the master and secondary overseers and the account servers. Anytime a change is made or a new server comes online, it should be automatically informed about all shared variables. So no shared variable should be allowed to have a value of null unless it's temporarily at startup time. If they did, then there wouldn't be a way to differentiate between not setting the variable and unsetting it. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Yeah, check out the specs that Playing with Scissors LinkedIn Pizza. So open AHK folder. There is one typo that I make very frequently, which I have not had to type out that much. I apparently didn't put this into generic stuff. I put it in here. Yeah, I would say tutorial instead of tutorial. So the other thing I keep typing is variable. And there, now I can never make the typo again. Variable. Perfect. Take that, human fingers. I'll show you. All right, well, I think we wrote everything down. I think we can move on to the next step. So this is done, and then this is not actually totally done. So now we need to use the new variable somewhere. The T word, you're right. Can't say tutorial. And what when you want to type the error though? If in that case, so I would type variable and I'd hit Control T over here to transpose the characters and it would be fine. But I don't know when I'd ever want to do that. Unless I'm making a train for teachers and I call it the tutorial. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. But now that I said it, okay, so make an object with all of the shared variables. Okay, I'm typing this wrong a couple of places. Out? No. I'm here to stay. You can't stop me. Hey, Joka. So, where do we store these right now? I can pretty much just search for any of these, like exposed service to public. And I'm looking for the overseer where they're stored over here. Yeah, here it is. So, are all of them in here? Because if they are, this makes it very easy for me. This train isn't leaving till lunch. Yeah. Let's search for name. Let's do this. And now let's uh-oh. Oh, whoops. I meant to search for space name. There. So we have 9 of these. And I want to find all of them ideally in here. So please be there. Allow feedback. Good. There's one. Expose service all good. No purchases, good. Send email, good. Twitchman viewers, where is this defined? There it is. Let me do a parse on it. Okay, good. Expected client version, good. Wildland streams. This one I don't think has, no, that has a default. One of these doesn't. I think it's a season. But so far so good. We're 8 for 9, and we're checking the 9th one. And this one, for some reason, I just never manifested a default value, which I should have done. Alright, well, that reminds me of an Office joke. Yeah, these chests, they're actually monsters. Yeah, you want the experience points. A lot of games, if you ever have mimics like that, will usually drop like crazy amounts of loot or money because they're treasure chests. And that's the one enemy in the entire world where it makes sense to have lots of loot or money and not, you know, some boar in the middle of nowhere. Oh, they're trash in that game? That was a lanch. Yeah. You can kind of say that that's just saying lunch with an accent. Alright, so we will store them all in here. And this is where things are going to get pretty tough. In fact, you know what? This is probably going to take all of today. I didn't want that to happen. And yeah, I do want to make this change. Yeah, this will take all of today. Let's continue. I already started. Hey, pawn theory. Yeah, some animals are more equal than others. Let's just say boars are quite wealthy. Maybe eventually you'll sneak up on what you think is a pig and it'll turn into a monster and mimics will have a different meaning. So we'll say this dot shared variables equals an array. And now we need to set all of these. And we need to do it based on what's in this file. And these are the templates. I shouldn't have called it this. Yeah. Okay. Start set up shared variables from templates. And every reference to these is going to have to change. So this, all this stuff. Yep. I'm missing something though. Well, let's not worry about that yet. Okay, so we need to pull in all the templates. Const shared variable templates equals require bottom shared variables. So we want to go through each of these Actually, we could map this. We could say this dot shared variables equals. I keep typing the wrong thing now in a different way. So each template has a name, an environment variable, and a schema. It's actually not how I wanted to do things at all. Oh, welcome, Pawn3. You're a viewbot now. Nice, thanks. Yeah, I want to make this an object. I wasn't thinking. Okay, so values are names of variables. And, whoops, no, keys. And values are the values of the variables. Pretty straightforward. I was the treasure bore all along. Yeah, so this is actually not how we do this. Now we could reduce this if we needed to. Or I could just do a for each. So let's just do a for each. So we're going to say shared variables, the template.name equals value. And the value is going to be based on the environment variable name and the schema. In fact, we could just have a get value from environment, possibly. So we can figure out how that works. Hey, Kojen. Here it is. Joy.validate. And we've taken a value here. Okay. So yeah, let's make a get value. So if this dot environment variable name is not equal to undefined, this is where I'd like to use Lodash. I don't want to use Lodash just for a single dependency that's for this, but I also don't want to use a single equals here for null. Yeah, we could just compare it against both. If it's not equal to null and it's not equal to undefined, then we're going to try reading it from here. So let value equals null, value equals process.env, environment variable name, and then we validate it. Yeah. So value, and the schema is always just this dot schema. Now we get error back. We got to get something else back from here. Updating and adding a note about this new mechanism in your notes. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Write in one note about how this system has evolved. What is this picture? Oh, I was hoping it'd be a classic Raimi MS Paint. But alas, it wasn't. So how do I do this? What does joy.validate return when it is successful? Validates a value using the given schema. What does it return? When used without a callback, returns a promise-like object that can be used as a promise. Simple object. Result equals joy.validate. Oh, result.error and value. Okay, got it. So I can just do value here. Oh, nice pawn theory. I wonder why. Actually, do you know why? Because I've heard this from several different people. But it's got to just be the other way around with different viewers and different streamers. There's probably someone who's like, Adam sucks. I can't watch his stream. I don't get anything done. My code actually deletes itself. So return value. So that we could call this like value from joy. Impressive how you remember things about your project. Oh, I don't think I actually do remember things. I end up searching a lot to try to find things. So I think that's just an illusion. But there could be an error from this, and I would need to check the error. And if there is one, then I guess I don't know what we do actually. So if error, throw error. Is this formatted like an error? the error reason. No, it's not then. So let's throw new error. Hey, Andorn, hey BLT. Why wouldn't you do if not this done environment variable name? Yeah, I could actually have just done it this way, which is what I do down below. Normally I would use Lodash for this. I think it is safe to just, yeah, I think it's fair to do this. So I think this will work. I just don't know what this value is. So let's print this out. Stringify value from Joy. It may not be what I want. And this is going to be template.getValue. So this'll probably work. I don't know. Let's try it. Hey, Thomas. And am I running all the build commands? Yeah. Hey, cool. It did work. Nice. And then validation error, value must be a string. So if there's ever a problem, we want to know what the name of the variable is. So error for shared variable named name colon error. Now we should find out what the problem is. Reference error name is not defined. Whoops. This done name. Expected client version. Value must be a string. Why? I didn't say it was required. What? Do I have to say that it's optional? Oh. This does not allow a null value. Okay, let's try setting that then. Does that work? It's going to fail on something later now, right? But that should get us a little bit further. No, that didn't work. Expected client version value must be a string. And I'm not specifying anything. Oh no, I'm specifying null. Never mind. I know what I'm doing wrong. Oh, it said all were optional by default? Oh, okay. Thank you, Ski Dog. And thank you, Endurin. And thank you, Adam. Good job, me. Because this needs to be undefined. This has to start as undefined instead of null because of how joy.validate works. And let's link to this, although this link is probably just going to break at some point. Does that work? Hey, nice. Everything launched correctly. That's good. The issue is that we're still using all the old variable names. So now's when we're going to start just deleting chunks of the code. Just really ripping into this. What do we call them? Treasure hogs? Treasure boars. Yeah. So all of these are going to have to go away. And we had, what, 9 of them? I got to make sure that we're deleting all of them. Get out of here, code. You're not welcome here. So delete this. Oh, actually, you know what? Probably putting comments on these would have been a good idea before I do that. Yeah. But is it worth putting a description in here? I don't think so. I think we can just say... I think we can put a comment here. Oh, let's put it here. This controls whether the account servers will handle feedback from users, e.g. bugs and suggestions. I don't think it's worth saying if false they can't handle feedback. Maybe it is. If false, they will not accept feedback. Do a backup? Yeah, it's all on Git, so it shouldn't matter for that. I'm just saying, let's say I deleted this, and then later I'm like, you know, I should probably type comments. I probably wouldn't think, oh, I probably already wrote the comments, right? Maybe I would. I don't know. All right, minimum view count needed for a stream to appear in the BL streams list. If 0, all streams will show up. Yeah, so let's copy this down to here. We don't need type number, and I like to put a space. Okay. So this will be gone too. Next, expose servers to public. Oh boy, an MS Paint from Raimi. Is that what the old picture was trying to show? When you place a chest inside some trash or get a test of the pickup range smaller than chaff range. I see. Yes, this is much better. Thank you. This is how Adam EJ was born. Why are there two wizard hats? Because the traps are wizards. Obviously. Alright. So what does this say? Is this still true? If false, the account servers will only respond to clients that they're not allowed to fully respond. This should be used when we're upgrading or when there's some kind of critical error where we can't let players do normal botland activities. Wizard treasure boars. They're gaining power. This isn't good. Someone needs to stop them to cull the wizard boar population. If false players cannot make real money purchases, yeah, that sounds fine. So enable purchases, we delete that. If true, we'll send emails on purchase related errors. I think that's pretty obvious, but fine. Let's keep that. Then this gets deleted. No, we need to make sure all the semantics are exactly the same. Yeah, we're basically making a game design doc right now. Get rid of this console.log. Reads the value, I guess like returns the value given the environment settings, i.e. if environment variable name was defined, we'll read it from, what am I doing? Let's just say, yeah, fine, we'll read it from the environment. Otherwise, we'll use the Joy schema's default. Return star, the variable's value. And we'll put throws, although I don't know why I would ever throw. Ski dog. Can you find the clip of that? Actually, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's pretty much just you saying that same thing. The only thing I thought was funny back then was how happily you said it. Hey, he found it. Good job, Ski Dog. It's right up there with the deer face. Alright. So, allow feedback was a string. It should still be a string. You know, I don't think it made sense. It would have made sense to do this originally. There are certain designs that I think we probably as coders kick ourselves for not doing originally, and yet this is not one of them. Yes, this is a pretty big change right now, and it's a good change to make. When I might have wanted to do it is when I started duplicating this system. But at first there was literally just one variable. I don't know what it was, probably whatever the first one is in this list. Yeah, expose service to public. It was probably just that. And back then it's like, yeah, sure, just make a Boolean, right? But then I needed another one and then another one, and now I have 9 of them. And at that point, yeah, there's a lot of duplicated code. Have fun lurking, Endoran. Did I ever make an unlurk command? Raimu made one. I don't know if I'm gonna make one. All right, this had a parse int on here. I think we already kind of checked this by looking at these, right? 0, yeah, that's fine. So just a Boolean, that's fine too. Oh, you know what else might be nice is having logging on these. Maybe log when a shared variable is changed. And hey, Gogo. I'll just type bonjour. Bonjour. Yeah, I don't know enough French to be able to respond in French. Or if I did, Hideo would come back from lurking to make fun of me. So make an object with all the shared variables somewhere. Yeah, I think we did this and we're still just verifying that all these are done. there. There it is. Yeah, Go. I'm familiar with that at least. I think I took something like 4 years of French, and then last year my wife and I went to France, and so the year before that I was using Duolingo for French. So in total, I've probably had about 5 years. Would I say that I speak French after all that time? No. I could probably form some pretty basic sentences though, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, Hideo will make fun of me. That's true. No, actually, Hideo is really helpful for French stuff. So we are done with this and this. I need to make sure I got all this. Oh, all of these are going to change, and all of their setters are going to change and everything else. So I guess let's just start with any one of these. I'll start with allow feedback. Except for it's got to be on the overseer. So let's cut out of all of these tabs. Yeah, good. Let's open up a new one here. I'll close this one too. Which theme do I use? So I can understand written French well enough, I guess, and I use that theme. Yeah. Although you should probably still try to use English in this chat. Even if it's a language I partially speak, if I'm not doing something that's, I guess, that language focused, that I try to stick to English if you can. So allow feedback. This is in set shared variables. This whole function body is going to change. I should probably do this now rather than later. Yep. So how's this going to change? Right now we took in just a JSON body and we're going to need to be able to validate this. This is where I think things will start to change. So here's what I think the algorithm is going to be. Go through all keys of rec.body, see if there's a corresponding shared variable. If not, raise an error. If there is a shared variable, that's it. Okay. I keep typing that enough times where I'm going to go fix that one too. Hey, Deadly Doodle. My wife is not French, she's Indian. Watching Adam always puts me in this weird paradox where he's motivating me to do work and then I can't get it done. You know what helps in that case is lurking. I find that if I'm watching a stream and the streamer knows that I'm watching, that I can't truly pay attention to my work. So if you were to type the lurk command, Rami, I would know never to speak to you again unless I see you say something again. So Deadly Doodle, we're actually going to India this year around the November time frame. I'll probably be gone for a couple weeks. Definitely won't be any streams during that time. So there is a shared variable. Get its value or run its value through the Joy validator. I guess we could kind of do this here. We don't. I guess we do have a template. Maybe with shared variables, I should have stored a value and then the original template that it came from. I don't think it matters since the names are always the same. Can I show you what I've made? So yeah, that is the new command, Gogo. Or if you just go to bot.land, you'll find links to play the game or the trailer. So all those ways will work. Oh yeah. India is not a very cool place even at its coolest time. Apparently, I think the coolest month of the year in India is like December, maybe January, I don't know. And even then, I visited a couple years ago and it was in the 80s Fahrenheit. It's like, that's not cold. That's not the kind of winter I'm used to. So these are all the to-do items. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna say like for each track.body. Actually, can I do this? I guess I can get the keys of that. No, I want the keys and the values. Yeah, let's just do it this way then. I think it works like that. Value and then key. So for now, let's just stringify what we got. Value and key. And I'll just start with this, and then we'll return rest.send 200, read the console. There, that should work. Let's go try that out. Okay, now we click this button. Read the console. Nice. Yeah, that worked. Good. So we want to go through, so we went through all the keys of this. Now see if there's a corresponding shared variable. So the way we do this is by importing the templates over to here. Corresponding shared variable, yeah. So shared variable template equals find shared variable templates. Find has some shorthand syntax I never remember. Find 3 questions, can't find the answer to anywhere. How do I play? What language are you coding in or using a game engine? Those are some tough ones, Simon. Those are definitely some tough ones. Let me see if I can answer. No, actually, I don't even think I have the answers to these questions. So difficult. Anyway, how you doing, Simon? So there's the shorthand here where you can just specify an object like this. I think what we can do, wait, there's an array thing too? Matches property and property. I don't know how this works. False, I think we want this one. Yeah, matches property, okay, yeah. So we'll just do it that way. We'll say we want the name to be equal to the key that was specified. Now, if there is no such template, we want to throw an error here. So if is nil shared template, then how do you return from for each? I guess we could just throw an error. Just need to try catch around this. Throw new error, no shared variable template found. Okay, I mistyped it. For key. Yeah, and at that point we could say what all of the different keys are. Existing template names equals map name. There. Existing templates. That'll help us in the future. And then we want to catch an error here. Rest.send 400. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Hey Pawn, how you doing? How'd the off stream work go? It went well. I showed this earlier, but check this out. This only works for me right now, but if I click play on Steam, it'll actually launch the game. That's super cool. So soon we need to get that so that everyone can do the same thing. Steam actually has a very interesting update system. So for those of you who've never really thought about updates, think about this. Here's how the very naive approach of updates is. You have version 1, let's say you've got like file a.png and file b.exe and file c.txt. And now you want to make a new version, which mostly just changes the code. The most naive way is just put all the files back online and you'll have to download them all again. Okay, that's pretty bad, right? You're downloading the ping and the text file even though those didn't change. So a better way of doing it is, so strategy 1 is just like download everything again. Strategy 2 would be download only the changed files again. And so you see that the executable changed, so you download a new one. But this could be 50 megabytes and it only had a single line of change in it. So strategy 3 could be something like download the differences between versions. So that's kind of interesting, right? You might save, okay, so now we're only downloading the difference here. But then what happens if from version 1 to version 2, you, I don't know, add, well, it's going to be hard to type all this out. But let's say you add in some change to the executable, then you remove that change, and you add the change, and you remove the change. When you're downloading all the different versions, you're going to end up downloading patches that are inconsequential in the end because they were removed. So imagine if some new character was added to a game and then later they get removed, and you're downloading the change from version 2 to 3 and then from 6 to 7. And so what Steam does is it will track chunks of each file. So it makes like these 1 megabyte chunks of pretty much everything, and it figures out where they're needed so that it can deploy just the changes that you'll need from any version to pretty much any other version. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So there are some downsides to that too, but they write about all this on their Steamworks page too. Be a really stupid question when you're using the underscore for map. What's the difference between underscore map and regular map? There are semantic differences. There you go, Moist. So map in Lodash can have a lot of shorthand. So for example, let's say you wanted every user's name, you could do map users and then just put name here. Whereas I think in the built-in map, there is not that same sort of shorthand. Well, I think it's exciting, Simon. Hey, Traffic. Hey, good to see you again. And hey, HipDev. It's Zewo. Ah, welcome back then. Did your brother also change usernames? Name change, Zewo, HipDev. So I had to give you a point for this to work. And yeah, no problem, boys. And then I'm going to take your point away. There. Okie dokie. So now let's go try this out. What's the point for it? The point is only so that your name change command would work correctly. All right, so that all worked. If I were to type a 2 in here and then hit send, it should produce an error. Yeah, except for the error just caused everything to crash. Why'd that happen? Cannot set headers. That means I'm trying to do this twice. Oh yeah, there it is, of course. Okay, well let's put a return here. And let's put the rest that's at 200 here. That should fix it. Hey, Metro. Okay, no shared variable template found for allow feedback 2. Existing templates. Hey, perfect. Nice. That all works. Hey, Luculus. I read through that paper. It's pretty interesting. All right, so we've done that too. See if there's a corresponding variable. If not, raise an error. If there is a variable, run it through its joy validator. So all we have to do is value equals shared variable template. I don't like how I've done this now. Get value, or get starting values with it should be. Yeah, and get value should be different. Or maybe, what do I do? Validate value? Value? Something like that. Error in shared variable there. And then we return the value. Yeah, this should work. This should work just fine. Okay, so we're going to call validate value from our admin REST server. And take in the user provided value. So this will be like the validated value. And then we want to set that. So this dot, where do we set this? Endpoint monitor has something. Oh man. No, there's got to be something over here that does it, right? Oh, maybe not. Yeah, we just form a big object. And then the endpoint monitor knows how to handle it. Yeah, here it is. So overseer state's gonna call it. Okay, that's kind of fine. Yeah, it's kind of fine. I could do it the same general way. Variables equals just an object, and then set this here. Key equals value. All right, so now let's just stringify this. Okay. Yeah. That's the second time today, actually, someone's commented on my posture. I think I need to be sitting with my shoulders a little bit further back. Now that everyone's commenting, let me just stand up. Let's do that. So we're gonna hit Control Enter on this. It's gonna fail. I will change this to be valid. Yeah. So it looks like this all worked. It's pretty nice. Yeah, Hotel Soap. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. So we're gonna call into the set function like we had before. So now none of this stuff is gonna be needed. Yeah, this is what's nice about this. And then is updating is that it's not null. So if I just don't set this, what happens? Why was that needed here? If is updating, then we would check to see if the number was valid. Okay, fine. Expected client version. So all this stuff can go away too. So now has defined variables, make sure that this isn't empty. So system 500 error. Okay, I don't know if any of that other stuff matters. Close to 2 years, Pog. Thanks for resubbing, Alfred. 23 months. Yep, 1 month away. Okay, so let's put all this into here. And I guess get rid of this. The catch shouldn't be needed. This should be async. This should get deleted. This should be await. So there's no then that's needed. Okay, yeah. So the extra message that was here was only to tell you that this doesn't matter. I guess I could still do this. Doesn't make much of a difference. Shared variables dot expected client version. Yeah, that's fine. And then if updating this, then also update the Botland streams cache. Okay, we can do that too. So I'll just do this here. And it was Twitch min viewers. What is the real name of that? There it is. Hey, HS Timer. Welcome. I see a staff badge. Where do you work at Twitch? Also, this otherwise it's an error. I gotta go test this part out too. So let's go try that. So I'm gonna uncheck all of these boxes and it should tell us that we're not setting anything. Yeah, no changes were actually specified. And then if I set any of these, it should work. Yeah, so it says everything worked. I don't think this is probably getting sent over here correctly because I don't see anything happening. And yeah, that's the part that we're gonna go fix next. Hey, Leftist. Is there anything else I want here? No, I think that's it. So we'll go take a look at this one now. Okay, so we set this in overseer state. This all changed though, right? Excuse me. Yeah, there were individual setters for all of these. Well, we're going to delete that. The other thing we're going to delete is just, change is just merge these functions in, or merge all these objects. Is that possible? It's like a sign, except that it recursively merges own and enumerable string keyed properties. Okay, let's see if this does what I want it to do. So when I merge two things... no, I want a sign. Yeah, I want a sign. Which is pretty much the same as just the rest, or the spread operator. Yeah. I think that's all we want. I think we want assign this dot shared variables with the incoming shared variables. Launching sounds like fun. Hey, Lees? How do you pronounce your name? Excuse me. I sure am coughing a lot. Okay, C, get shared variables for comment on what these are. No, I'm not gonna write that here anymore. And let's go back to this. So I think all of these can be deleted now, including all their setters that were here. The only thing that apparently can't be is the current season part where we would deserialize this. But how does that help? Oh, so there's some transformation process that happens here. This is the one part where I'm going to have to change things. Shared variables dot this. Deserialize it and set it. Is there anything else that takes place? Nope, that's fine. Just got to make sure nothing else is broken here. So none of these were transformations. They were just things that logged alongside setting. I don't care about that. Hey, Xanis. Yeah. Okay, so far so good. Yeah. It looks the way I feel. What does that mean? How do you feel as you're getting closer to August, the end of August, excuse me? So yeah, I think this one looks pretty good now. You feel like a V-neck. No, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. I think we've all felt that at some point in our lives. All right, so I got this set part here working. I did not finish the part over here where we call replicate. How does replicate work? Get shared variables. Okay. How does that function? This doesn't have a purpose anymore unless we get out of sync. Nice vacation, going to Virginia. Ooh, nice. What are you planning on reading? You're gonna bring a laptop with you to read it through Steam? Yeah, I gotta see where current season is used, because I know for sure that I use serialized current season. And I don't know if I keep them in sync with each other. I need to go find out. This is an object. What is this? Get currently. So it looks like the serialized one is the only thing that we keep up. That can't possibly be true. Yeah, I'll need to search for this. Okay, so they're all in this file, and we can find them all by just searching like this. And that's literally it. What is this? Representing the current season, this gets read from the database at startup time. This has no reason to exist. Yeah. Yeah, as far as I can tell, no reason to keep this around. I wonder if I messed something up with that, though. Let me go find it. Man, I don't know what's going on. I'm coughing a lot. I mean, you guys aren't hearing it, but it's happening. The other thing is that the mower sounds didn't start today. So it seems like this is used quite a lot on the account server, and that I just never need to use this on the overseer. I guess that's nice. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, this is the only reference to it. Is there a way in GitHub to search via regex? I guess we could just find out. Search bar, focus secondary search bar. Where is that? I think that's what it means. No, I don't know if there is a way. No, yeah, I don't think so. What does S do? No. Okay, well, whatever. We can still find it. Or you know what I could do? You could just still use Visual Studio Code. So this is the code we used to have. And I want to make sure we don't ever need this somewhere. So when we would call set, we would set the current season as well. And then the only reason we would do this is so that we could later serialize it again. Yeah, I don't think there's any purpose in this. It's called clone in Silver Searcher. Yeah, okay. Oh, King Killer Chronicles. I think my wife was raving about that series. Although, speaking of my wife, last night, was it last night? I think she was like, hey, I want to play a game. And so I'm like, oh, I got Dr. Mario World. You like the original Dr. Mario? Yeah. You like the original Dr. Mario, so why don't you try that out? And then she played for like hours. she played that quite a lot. So now she loves Dr. Mario World. I think it's a good game. I just kind of have the same problem that I have with other games that limit your rewards you get per day. So I play versus mode, and then you eventually just like run out of things you get from it. Kind of sucks. Hey, Darkstorm. Yeah, so I can delete all this. It's good to know. So current season. See what else current season. This also needs to go away because this already exists in the shared variables. And all of these are gone too. Yeah, so return this dot shared variables. And that's it. Serializes them. Shared variables are variables that should be propagated to other backend servers. Yeah, I'll do this. Hey, Granny said. Wait, is it as bad as Game of Thrones, though? Isn't the author in good shape and everything? Excuse me. Hey, Krasner. Meanwhile, in Botland. Botland actually doesn't have a limit on how much you can earn by just winning matches right now. Alright, well now the get and set functions are really simple. And current season doesn't exist. Okay, so we're getting there. We're not done, but we're getting there. Nothing else can use current season. How do you check this? Will you be able to sell them? No. Yeah, no. That was never a plan. Okay, so I'm going to search for these again, and this time it hopefully won't be a problem. How about we just serialize all of the shared variables? Allow feedback, expose, enable, send, expected. Yeah, I think all of these, we'll just say shared variable. And JSON.stringify. Actually, I don't even need to stringify them, right? I think this should be fine. I need to test whether get health works. Test the health summary to make sure shared variables are showing correctly. Alright, so delete all these, right? Allow feedback. Did I get everywhere that allow feedback was done? Yep, this is it. Expose servers to public. We have 2 spots for this. Oh no. Maybe that'll still work. We're gonna have to run the test after this. We have 7 more of these to search for. Yeah. I think most of them just show up here though. In fact, let's just delete the ones I know for sure can get rid of. Twitchman viewers. Send emails. AWS, yeah. I never made it past, I think, the 3rd book of the Game of Thrones series. Does it have that click feature, or is that only rip grep? It's not a grep feature, it's a console feature, recursive chat. So in this case, it is, I'm using Conemu, and that has a way of, if something looks like this, that I can control click it. But I think if I just echoed source admin rest server .js657, that would be a link too. Yeah. So it's not like it's a program that does it, or sorry, it's not, it's Conemu doing it. It's a console. I don't think I'll stop streaming when it releases. I think it'll be harder for me to figure out what to do on stream. We'll probably work on some new features on stream, but yeah, I'm not totally sure what that first month after releasing is going to look like. But the rest of 2019 is still botland for me, for sure. And then 2020 is only botland if botland is successful. So that's where things are a little bit more up in the air. Okay, that one's fine. This does not come from here. This is shared variables. Maybe I should just have a function called get shared variable that indexes that for me. Yeah, stream the gameplay. I'll probably do that a little bit. And how much money do I have to spend to make this successful? I don't know. I think I need to take in at least $100,000 per year to be able to keep working on it. And that's like the bare minimum, because that would only fund development time, essentially. It wouldn't fund any resources, UX design, marketing. Shared variable name. So in this case, we can go change this. Whoop, what happened here? So Twitch min viewers equals get this. There. Okay, is that everything I needed to do there? This function shouldn't exist at all. I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. And I think those are all fine. Okay, so that one's done. Now for this one. This one is good. This one's good. This one is not good. Delete. 3 more. We're done with the overseer. We move to the account server. So how does this work? Just the botline streams, then update stream cache. I think that's all fine. That's not today's task. What do you mean? This changes. Can you call a function here, I wonder? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, get shared variable. These changes are easy enough. I am concerned there's going to be large bugs here. You can fit. Line 1496. Blacklisted streamers. Yeah, this was in case Because here's how Botland works right now: is if you're streaming the game, you will show up in the game. So yeah, and it pulls whoever's in this category. So imagine if someone wasn't streaming Botland, they were streaming like Fortnite or something, not even necessarily offensive content. I would block them from getting the traffic from Botland. Then, of course, if they're streaming offensive content or something, Twitch should block them. But in case I need to do that first or whatever, then yeah, we can do that. Now, if someone does that, you might be like, well, how do you... Actually, I'm not going to talk about this. Talking about how you've mitigated exploits or attacks is not generally a good idea. I know security through obscurity is also not generally a good idea, but yeah, these are just arms races. So why give arms to the enemy? I'm not saying one of you is the enemy. I'm saying one of you could be the enemy. There's a very, very distinct difference there. Okay, that one's good. I don't remember which one of these I left off on, though. I think it was the second to last. That's no longer the correct line. This won't work. It needs to be a set shared variable. Streams, filtered streams. Okay, I think that'll work. Now, just calling set on this doesn't actually... Oh, I guess this replicates it. Okay. Yeah, sure. Cool. That works. Nice. So we have two more. Hey, Zemba. And I think these are going to have a decent amount of stuff to look through as well. The overseer tracks this variable and passes it via shared variables or the account servers. That way the state can be managed from a single endpoint. This doesn't really need to be replicated after being set because it can be rediscovered cheaply via a third-party API. Yeah, let me find where this is read in, because so this can be deleted as long as I have the comment here, which I will now. Yeah, 43 days to launch. That's right, Quando. That is right. Man, okay, I gotta delete this, the list of all Botland streams. I guess we'll write this over here too. Zemba, welcome back. Thanks for the 1/6 of a year resub. You've decided to stay a viewbot. Much appreciated. Where's send email? Oh, what? There's no send emails? Uh-oh. Wait, yeah, uh-oh. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, there are 9 of these. Did I somehow miss send emails? Oh, man. Is that a shared variable? No, that's not a shared variable. Never mind. This is not a problem. Yeah, this one's not a problem. Yeah, okay. So that just threw me off, and I don't know where I am now. I guess this. Full comments on why this exists are cached here in overseas. Yeah, that's fine. This is also fine, except for this needs a change. So we get shared variable. And then set shared variable. Cool. So again, all these are going to change. Yep. Yep. And this is back. I am here. If only these variables knew it, I wouldn't need to worry about anything. All right, there's one more, and that's over here. And this is the only place we had this. Yeah, this one looks fine. Are you getting it to check if you're live on Twitch? Yeah, that's already done though. Whew. All right, so I think we finished that. Every single reference on the Overseer now should be good. So if we lint this, it should also be fine. And then we'll move to the account server. We should probably test the Overseer before we do that. Yeah. Test Overseer before making any account server changes. No linting errors. Okay, well, we'll get back to testing this when I return from the bathroom. So I will be right back. Nice to know, dog. All right, so test the Overseer. Let's go start it up. Ideally, everything would just work. I don't expect it to really just work. I think this is fine. Let's hit the send command. Does it do anything? I don't think this is working. Hey again, Max. Hey, G24. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Well, we're not actually logging anything. That's kind of an issue. So, admin rest server, shared variable. Yeah, so in here somewhere I want to log that I've done this. Maybe we'll move it to this function. How did this used to work? Is it? Yep, there it goes. Admin rest server. Got it. Set shared variables. We used to log. Oh, we used to log at a different level. Endpoint monitor had it? Either this did or the Overseer state. I don't really care which one, because I want there to be logging somewhere. Yeah, it must have been Overseer state. Yes, this is what did it, but only if they were actually set. So let's mimic that same behavior. So we'll just say logger.info setting shared variables JSON.stringify shared variables. Okay, Now we'll go try that out. Doesn't look good. What sets them when we load from... Oh man. There's like get starting value. Here it is. Yeah. And this sets everything. But we don't ever check this. We don't ever log this, I mean. I guess that's fine. So then as soon as I click this button, it should say something, right? Setting shared variable. Yeah, good. Now doesn't it tell the... Set exposed true due to a REST call. Oh, it is working. Oh. Okay, well, I'm just blind then. So, does it work for everything? If I hit send here, cool. If I hit send here, yep. This one, yep. This, yep. Wow, nice. Okay. I didn't really expect that to happen. What do I want you to wear? Can you go all out? Yes. I expect a minimum, a 2-party hat minimum for all of this. It would be an insult to see anything less. I think I still have some party hats. I don't know. Let me see if I can show you guys a certain photo while these tests are running. I think I might have shown this already, but I went to a friend's birthday party a couple months ago and I brought party hats, but for some reason he really didn't want to wear them. And so we went out to this like board game place / restaurant, and I was wearing a party hat the whole time, so people thought it was my birthday. Where's the picture? I don't remember when this was, so I can't just search by date. Oh, there it is. So here I was with a happy birthday balloon and a party hat on not my birthday. Hey, Codebreaker. Started watching like 3 years ago on my other account to see how far you've come. It's crazy. Yeah, thank you, Codebreaker. Will I wear a party hat at launch? Probably. And hey, Kappa. It wasn't free stuff. I was just people were being nice. That's all. Okay, so this is the one that I was worried it wouldn't pass, and it did. That's the only one that even mildly tests shared variables right now, and even then it's not all that extensive. So this is done. Maybe log when a shared variable is changed. That's also done, but I actually don't like how noisy this is, as this has all the season information. I didn't pay for the balloon. I don't know who paid for that. Well, it's not really a big deal if this logs. It's just noisier than I want. Yeah, whatever. Okay, fine. So what do I want to do next? Test the healthy summary. Test the health summary is what I meant to say. All right, let's go check the healthy summary. Health. Does this work? Shared variables. Okay, yeah. So this is the part I don't think I like. That serialized current season exists here at all. I think I want to omit that from getting logged because it's just way too noisy. Yeah, we're going to do that. But how do we do that? Shared variables without season. Ski dog. We could clone it and then delete. Can I just do this? Omit. The opposite of pick. Method creates an object composed of the owned and inherited enumerable property paths of object that are not omitted. Yeah, this looks like exactly what I want. So I want omit shared variables. And what's the one we didn't want? Serialized current season. I think it's that. And then I just do that and that and that. I'm dying. Hey, exiled. No, Ski Dog beat me to it. Thank you. Yeah, the theme is the Adam 1 Dark theme. So now I won't get that large blob of data. We'll get a slightly smaller blob of data. And whenever I am stringifying the shared variables, I think we want to omit the current season from there. So where I had the logger.info call about this, I want to omit, let's do that, shared variables without season. I'll just make a function for this. Get shared variables without season. Maybe we'll call it current season. Whenever we want to log shared variables, serialized current season is too noisy because of how large an object it is. So we just are going to return this and then get this here. And actually we don't even need a temporary object for this, we'll just do it that way. Now get shared variables. It got. I wonder if there's a different chat delay between everybody. I wouldn't expect there to be because it's over IRC. But yeah, I wonder about that. Okay, this is probably good. So now when we restart, we won't see this. We'll see something a little bit smaller, possibly even just an empty object. Did it show somewhere? Yeah, here it is. I like this. That's good. Here we go. Chat delay, who? What I was wondering is, do viewers have a different delay with chat than the streamer has? I don't think they do. Because like I said, I think it's just IRC. And so it's not even, actually I guess Twitch probably hosts the server, right? But yeah. Alright, this is working. Next deploy, what we're gonna have to do is make sure all of the Twitch stream stuff works. I changed everything with shared variables. And then when we're getting closer to being done, and I need to push the branch line in. Alright, so now we're on the account server changes. Move shared variables from being directly inside account server M to being an object that holds all of them. Make sure all references to these are updated. Yeah. Okay, let's go do that. You have a lot more delay on the same internet connection. That's weird. Or that's wired. I'm not sure which one you're saying, but either way, probably both true. Yeah, I can't comment too much on chat delay on mobile because I don't usually type on mobile. So it's a little harder to tell. Although the kind of delay I'm talking about isn't. Anyway, I'm just rambling. So the account server changes that I want to make, it's getting rid of pretty much all of this stuff that we have. But let's put a breakpoint here and see what's being sent to us. Debug this. So let's restart the overseer. Not that I probably had to do that. Good. And then yarn run dev start debug. We're going to go load up this tab. Here it is. And we call into this function. And when we do that, let's call in with a couple things. Let's just call in with everything actually, and hit send, and it should break in, good, and we'll be able to figure out what this is. Okay, so they're just key value pairs, which is exactly what I expected. And I now need to make sure that we do the object.assign route that we did with the overseer. Oh, the stream, I see. Yeah. Yeah, it could be just your bandwidth to your phone. So yeah, I guess we want to do this the same way as what I did over here. In the end, it's better to delete tons of code because that's the whole point of this. So do these have starting values at all? Where do I set these? Do I seriously not set these? What? I set this one, I set this. So I just didn't set all of them. Yeah, these will have to be deleted. And every reference will have to be updated. I don't even think defaults matter. Well, all right, let's start. This dot shared variables equals an object. It's going to be pretty similar to this. And before I forget, did I ever type the wrong thing? That's not going to find this correctly unless I do it this way. I want to make sure I didn't ever type this wrong. Yeah, I didn't. Just checking. So this is the same thing that we want over here. These will all be set at registration time with the overseer. Oh, I got a test replication as well. Test replication of shared variables between the overseers. Okay. So the set is going to be the same as it was over here, except that we also logged this stuff. So I guess we're going to do the same thing. Get shared variables without current season. Except we only really do this once. Shared variables without season. There. It's only the ones that we're setting that I want to see here. Yeah. Okay. Good. So now all of this should be deletable. Yeah, there's the mower. A little bit late today. Set allow feedback. Wow. Yeah. And I had due to a rest call. I mean, I could say the same thing here. Might as well just keep it. So we're going to slowly just trim all of this code. So set allowed feedback will be gone. And actually, it shouldn't exist anywhere in the entire code base anymore. Set allowed feedback. Yeah, it's gone. Oh, it's set allow feedback. Yeah, administrative. Get health, what is this? Oh, I see. When the overseer calls into this API, it may have extra data for us. Other endpoints wouldn't specify this. I wonder how frequently this is done. Because this seems like a bad idea. Health of endpoint. Do we have a account server? We don't. Huh. Interesting. Check health of endpoint. What does this do? I need to find out if we are actually sending anything extra here. We send a password. I don't care about that. Extra JSON. What's that? Shared variables. Oh my god. How frequently is this happening? It's not a big deal, but every 9 seconds. Yeah, I guess it's okay. Maybe have you typed that before? I feel like this is a loosely adapted Twitch copy pasta. Hey, EJ. You have, okay. Should probably just make a command for it. Everjuan. Everjuan. How's it going, EJ? Oh, it isn't? It's hard to tell nowadays. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I gotta change all that. But I guess let's go back to these. Allow feedback. Shouldn't be used anywhere. Oh man, there's still so much. Okay, well, we'll slowly get through this. Set exposed to public. They set on registration or updates from the overseer. It starts at false, meaning any traffic that we get from players will be rejected with a specific error message. Tend to be used in times of, yeah, e.g. panicking. And enable purchases, send email, none of this stuff matters. Current season does though. That's where we got to make sure to pull this in from the serialized variable that we had. Yeah, so that's the only one perhaps that'll be different. The rest of these won't be. Well, this has been a pretty boring change to make, and yet I think it's very important to have made this. Yeah. We're making it through. It's going smoothly enough. I shouldn't complain. Yep, set is Adam on Twitch. There should be a min Twitch viewers thing too, yep. Good. And then this is the only weird one here, which I think we just need this code still. Yeah. Cool. Alright. There we go. So the other part that I needed was here. Every time a health check is done, we set shared variables. I wonder why I did this. Yeah, I wonder why. And these, it's everything that gets set. It's not like it just sends over changes, because it wouldn't know the changes. I wonder if I wrote about this anywhere. Maybe I never did. Propagating values back. No, wow, I don't think I ever wrote about this. No. Yeah, wow, weird. Well, we're definitely need to make a note about this. So write in one note about this. I never had a note to begin with. It'd be nice to write why I needed shared variables sent on health checks. I actually don't know why. I guess that they're always in sync, but there'd be another registration call that needs to happen. Well, I just shouldn't change the behavior of this for right now. I should just try to replicate it exactly. Yeah, I'll just replicate it. Fine. So if allow feedback is set, and these are from everything on the server, I shouldn't need to do anything here as long as something is different. Maybe I should stop logging these things then. Or we could calculate if there's a difference first. I don't like this. I don't like any of this. Create an array of values. Is there... Perform a deep comparison between two values to determine if they're equal. Yeah, we have an is equal. Okay, so then we can try that. Not really though, unless we clone this. I won't know if we made any changes. I don't like this. Yeah, I don't like this. I think we'll just get rid of the log call here. Or we'll do this at a higher level maybe. Yeah, we'll do this at a higher level. So where does this get called from? Yeah, there. And then we'll import the logger. Okay. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. And that way all these can change correctly, right? Because I'm pretty sure now we can just call this dot set shared variable, and then we'll be done. Does that work? Yep. Yeah, not bad. And then one more thing is if this thing wasn't null. Yeah, we already set that too. Okay, now we'll just search through the code and see if we missed anything. Did we? Get expected client version. This is not gonna work. There's get shared variable and there needs to be, I guess, set shared variable. Well, at least we're almost done. And the thing is, normally I make this change because I want to use the new system, the refactored one, immediately. So in this case, I've got all these variables, and I might have wanted to add a new one here, like, you know, number of salvage packs per day that you get for free. But I actually don't want to do that now. But in the future, if I ever do, it'll be very simple. That's how you assert dominance. Maybe flip-flops everywhere. Yeah, so let's copy this. And we need to do this everywhere. Custom assert. Okay, so that one's done. Expose service to public. Ideally, all of these would be used. I have a pretty good feeling that something's broken if this isn't used. Yeah, this doesn't look good. What did this used to be called? Exposed to public is what it was called. Oh, that's especially bad. So we got to make this be something else completely. Uh-oh. And yeah, it's not like I ever used this in the test. So we're just going to default this to true. Shared variables. This is going to break a ton of tests. Do we ever use enable purchases? No. No, we don't. So let's just get rid of these. And I even hit copy pasted it wrong. So it wouldn't have mattered. But you work from home, EJ, right? Isn't that different? Rami barged into a meetings of just CEOs from all the top companies in the world on his rollerblades. He just grinded his way across all the rails and tables in the room, did a backflip, a magical number appeared above his head with his score. It was beautiful. Meanwhile, you're like, I just wear my dry fit shirts at home. Not the same. Not the same at all. Alright, yeah, so this is called exposed to public. I wonder if it was ever used in the overseer that way. Well, I don't think it's going to matter soon, so okay, shared variable. Yeah, the rest of this looks good. Enable purchases. We're going to go through all this stuff, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, except for, it's not called this anymore. No. Help if I'm paying attention. Yeah, it's called exposed servers to public. You were in the same thing? Good. Then you're both dominant. Dabbed on him big time. It's like an old Capri Sun commercial. Some adults getting annoyed with kids. That's Rami now. I really want this to be done. This stopped being interesting a while ago. I think when the tests are in motion, that it'll be a little bit better because there's at least some thought that goes into that. But yeah, right now this is quite bland. Get shared variable. Well, these are going a little bit faster. So these are going to be named the same on both of these, and then they're never used, not a single time, on the account server. Why is this a shared variable? Why? Was it ever even saved over here? I don't see anything. Twitch min viewers. Okay, that's a little weird. I wonder if this was never used. Is that exposed to public? No, I don't think it ever was. Wow. Yeah, I don't think it was. Okay, then we'll just delete this completely. Actually, it just shouldn't even be a shared variable anymore. Twitch min viewers. It just needed to be something that I could set, not something that needs to be replicated. Huh, hey Mr. Balrog. Twitch min viewers just needs to be a parameter on the overseer that gets replicated to the secondary overseer, not a shared variable. It's not a big deal, and I'm probably not going to change it anytime soon. Yeah. Well, let's move on then. Expected client version. Right there. Looks good. What is that? Huh. Alright, this one's good too. Yeah, these are moving right along. What does the account server do with this? Just gets them here. Any number of things could break that I'd only ever notice in production though. Same thing, this just gets returned. And we have one more and that's it. Hey chef, how you doing? This is fine. 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 And no, something has to be wrong here. Right. Yeah, something else has to be wrong. Did we ever use the season in here? No. Why do we send everything over? I'm doing well, chef. Yeah, I find this task that I'm doing a little bit dry, but I think it's done. I'll go restart this and find out. So this should automatically connect. It should automatically have any shared variables here. And then anytime I hit the send button, it should say what I got. Yeah. Oh, except for it's going to say setting current season every 9 seconds, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Where's that coming from? Right here. I only want to do this if it was different. How did this work before such that this wasn't a problem? I'll have to find out. Set current season was right there. And that's just if it wasn't nil. But now what, we're sending it no matter what? Yeah, there was some difference in how this used to be before. Oh yeah, this is the difference. Now we're calling set shared variables and before we weren't. So every single time we get the season we're setting it. Yeah, I guess we just don't want to do this then. Yeah, just delete the set call there. Or the log call. Which means we probably shouldn't get rid of this. Yeah, probably shouldn't. Yeah, let's just try this out, see what happens. Working on placing the icons on the minimap at work earlier today. I wanted them to stay upright even when rotating, so I tested my implementation. They just spun like crazy before flying off. Maybe they flew off in real life and your minimap was accurate. You just didn't know it. Yeah, I think this is working well then. Yeah, okay. Cool. So that's it. That's pretty much everything. References are updated. This is done. This is done. We need to test replication between overseers. That shouldn't be too bad because we can just do yarn run dev start secondary. And this should replicate automatically. Yeah, do we have them all? Allow feedback true. Let's set it to false and see what happens. So did it get it? Allow feedback false. And now when I start at the second one, it should be set to false. Is it? Yes, good. Okay, cool. So they're replicating back and forth. I didn't expect that to be broken, but I didn't test it until just now. Even with that said, I'm not totally sure how this is working. How does this work? Replicate shared variables. Here it is. Get shared variables. Okay, makes sense. And then where do we set them? Set shared variable. Okay, yeah. Looks great. Makes sense that it would work. Now write tests around the whole system and write in OneNote about how the system worked. Okay, so let's go write a OneNote note. Shared variables. Okay, so I guess purpose, let's start with that. So shared variables accomplish OneNote note coming up. Shared variables are intended to be a way to set values on the overseer and have them propagate automatically to all account servers. For example, expose servers to public is one such variable. What do I need to do prior to launch? Mostly the things on the roadmap now, Philippe. So the most pressing ones are finishing up monetization and launching on Steam. We just launched on Itch on Friday. So now if you go to this page, gotta be faster playing with scissors. Yeah, if you go to this page, you'll see the Itch page that I have for this. So I'm pretty happy with that. Hey, Thales. Thales, I sent you a message on Discord, just in the gaming channel. Yeah, although I should probably update the... Yeah, so if you haven't opened Discord, go open Discord. So original design. Originally there were getters / setters for every individual parameter, and I would just we'll say design changes. Hey Jeweler. I like the name. Wish you know how to code like that? You can learn how to code like that. And I would just copy paste code every time I wanted a new variable. I didn't like this system because of how many changes I had to make. 8 files for each new variable. Yeah, whatever, I'll just type it wrong, it'll fix itself. So on 8.12.19, I came up with the concept of shared variable template. These let me put the let me manifest all templates in the same location and share them between. Actually, sharing them didn't really matter, did it? Yeah, and take care of playing with scissors. And Jeweler, what do you find hard about it? Yeah, there are commands for pretty much everything, again. In the same location, so that I can have validation / type logic in one place. Oh yeah, gotcha, Thales. Yeah, I think going from EU to NA for that is probably annoying, especially based on like timing, especially for a game like this. And I wouldn't really be able to play with you anyway, I think. So, but I did want to let people know who I said I'd let know. There were like 11 people on that list. So I have let them all know now, and now the decision is in their hands. But yeah, taking a week off for launch, I'd love to do that. But I don't think that'd be very healthy for me. So I'll take launch day off, which is going to be the 27th. Okay, what do I want to say now? Shared. Wow. Design changes. I don't know. I guess I'll just say like other design notes. Shared variables are replicated between overseers every time they're set. On registration, an account server will get all of the shared variables from the overseer. The overseer also sends all shared variables for every health check, which happens every 9 seconds at the time of writing. I don't know why this originally started, given that... Actually, you know what? My commit messages are usually pretty good. Let's just go blame the code. So let's find, yeah, let's find this. Try making a tool, let's say to like log into a website and automate something. I get stuck with an error and I'll try to research it and be left confused. I think that there are a couple of things. One is Python, the language, and then the other is like libraries you use with Python. And this has a lot of like kind of design patterns that you might see or API practices. So the language you might feel like you know. So things like message equals hello, or def print message, print hello, print message. Something like this. You can know the language, and then finally when you get to trying to do something with it, you might be like, okay, now I'm lost. These are the kinds of things where I would say maybe try smaller tasks. And that's where that Learn PDF comes in that I linked to you earlier. I think it can sometimes be tough because you don't want to do a simpler task sometimes. You're like, well, I want to automate a website or something. It's like, yeah, but there are building blocks. And Wiki, welcome back. Thanks for the resub. 16 MOs. 20 to 30 more to use on that. Wow. Week off for WoW, 3 days for Borderlands 3. Whew. They'll take a month off for Half-Life 3. Do you have a job at that time and they really do release it? Would you really take a month off? I never played any Half-Life games. I'm not really that into first-person shooters, actually. A nice jeweler, yeah. Yeah, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask on Discord. Yeah, Wiggy, I would say this is true with pretty much any language. Learning most languages for programming is not too bad. It's something that takes on the order of, let's say, like weeks or maybe a small number of months. Then yeah, you could, if you were to learn every framework that a language might have to offer, yeah, you'd be learning for quite a long time, I think. Hey, Dio. Hey, Easy Light. Struggle not to start playing WoW Classic right now. Well, I mean, you can't really play it right now. I think the stress test was only open until like 3 hours ago. And then it's not going to be online for another 2 weeks. But yeah, I know what you mean. Gotta get your thesis done. So I don't know why this was, yeah, so that's what we're trying to figure out right now. So we're going to go to the administrative code that we had here and then blame this code. I'm going to do this off screen just because I'm not sure if it's going to show anything private. Let me see. Shared variable, disable feedback, get health. Where is this? I mean, I guess I can just show this over here. Ensure internal APIs are password protected. This is here though. I don't know why this change would have been done. August 2018. Did I really make this change then? You gotta be kidding me. This whole file is new. I must have moved it from somewhere. Hey, Lynn. Oh, man. I don't know where this came from. Well, I guess we could go back to August 6, 2018 and see what things looked like. That can't hurt, right? Let's just log this. So August of 2018, let's find it. That is not August. Okay, 19, 17, 17, 6, here. All right, so it was here, and these are when these files were added. So before this, can we track the status of this file? Probably not, because I don't think it was renamed. I just don't think it existed. But that must have meant that we'd get rid of it from here, right? Yeah, we must have. There must be some health check in here or something that we've changed. No, where is it? It's not that. Ban users, unban. Get health, there it is, shared variables. What was this code doing here? Why would I have done this? The Sonic art? Where are you seeing that, by the way? Oh, in GitHub? Yeah. That was a popsicle. It was in real life. I consumed that popsicle. I ate its gumball eyes. Yeah, I want to blame this file, I guess. Server.js. Okay, let's go find out. Server, that one. All right, blame this, and then we need to, I don't even know how you do this. This code doesn't exist in the current one, so how does blame show us? I don't know. I guess let's just go look at the history of this file. It's probably easier. So where's show log? Okay, so we're looking for just before 12 months ago. So this is where we started changing things. So can I blame this one? This might work. Let me go find out. Aha. I think I can show you guys this. Hang on a sec. How do I get the... How do I do this? Gotta be a way to do this. Okay, I found one prettier modified. This is 15 months ago. So April 23rd, 2018. And what was it called? Format all files with prettier, this one? So it's this that I want to check? Do you just commit directly to master? No, I do it via pull request. Although these ones 16 months ago, I don't remember what I did. Hey Flash, can't you just paste the hash of the commit in the blame URL? Oh yeah, maybe I can do that. I will give you a point, even though I am trying this a different way now, but that would probably work. Okay, now I found a different commit. Where is this? Oh, come on. No, I don't know how to figure out B59. I gotta find this commit. Where is this? Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at right now. Because I want that. B5927 whatever. I don't know where that is. Okay, well let's see if we can just paste that in here. Actually, can you do this? How does this work? don't know what I'm doing. Copy SHA-1 to clipboard. Paste that in here. That clearly did not copy to the clipboard. What is going on? I'm right-clicking, going copy to clipboard, and it's not doing anything. Copy log to clipboard? Does that work? No, it's not copying anything. Man, I don't know what you're supposed to do to get this. I guess we'll do, whoop, there it is. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just paste this in here and then copy the text from the picture and hope that it matches. Does it seriously not work? Gotta be kidding me. Aww. Why not just get show commit hash? This is for a commit from like 16 months ago. I don't know. Whatever, I'm just gonna type this in now. B5927732 A40A 79035 A1C3. Okay. So this is what we have. I want to put this into here, I guess, and see what happens. That doesn't work. Okay, well maybe I typed something wrong. At this point, I am just gonna look through the commit messages from before this and see if there's anything here that makes sense. Or you know what, we could just kind of binary search our way through this. Yeah, I could just see if get health exists in any of these. Yeah, it does. So it was before this one, 20 months ago. Wait, is this literally it? That can't be possible. Yeah, that can't be possible. This only renames files within the right location. So this used to be somewhere else. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't understand what I had done here. Show log before renaming copy. Oh goody, now we have another several pages of stuff we can look through here, dating back to like 3 years ago. Well, we're gonna find it. Yeah. Actually, we should be able to blame this one now, right? Yeah, it told me. Fix bug around health checks for account server. So where's that over here? Here it is. Previously, a health check from the matchmaker could cause an error because it was expecting extra JSON and shared variables to be set. Those are only set when the health check API is called from the overseer. That's not bad, but I guess we still need to go back further. Yeah. This is definitely not the best way of doing this stuff. Ensure client is on the right version. Where's that? That was 21 months ago, so it should be here. I can't see it though. Oh no, that's the one I'm already on. That's not what I want. That is what I want? For one, I can now set the expected version via the overseer in the same way that I expose public traffic to account servers. Wow, what was the diff here? Okay, yeah. So this is my answer. This is from, 21 months ago. Originally, every time there was a health check here, we would say whether or not this was supposed to be available to the internet. I don't know if there's a reason for this anymore. And that's what I was trying to figure out. I don't know why this was done originally. Yeah, so let's get the commit that this happened. Copy SHA-1. So in this commit, ensure client is on the right version. I switched from just passing exposed to public. Yeah. To sending all shared variables. What's the name of the method you're looking for? Out of interest? The method in here, you mean? It was called get health, which still exists. The thing that I didn't understand is, why am I doing this here? There are so many mechanisms for sending this, and I don't know why I put it here. Hey, Jack. Show you all the commits with that method being changed. Really? Let me go try that. I don't think that works for me. But it's not a big deal. I found out where it is, and I found the extent of what I knew back then, 21 months ago, I guess. And it's not very helpful. There might be a way for this to fail. Also, before I forget, exposed to public. This better not be anywhere. Yeah, this can't be here. This needs to be exposed servers to public. And then I need to run the account server test. Yarn run test block. I'm going to do this after making sure that I don't have the overseer test running. I don't. So if I got rid of this, I wonder what would happen. Then every 9 seconds, we wouldn't be sending whatever the most up-to-date information is. But every single time this information ever changes, we should be setting this. Maybe there was a reason. I gotta think about that more. Serialized current season. Does this ever get read in another time? No, this is fine. I guess we could just check every single variable, which is these 9. Some of the tests are failing. Unterminated string content. Oh, that's a big problem. Just a typo. That should cause all the tests to run again. I'll just cut them off and we'll just run them again this way. Okay, so yeah, allow feedback. How does this ever get set? Should all go through the admin rest server somewhere. Where is the admin rest server? What? Is there any way for this to be changed without the account server knowing? Because as soon as I call this, it's going to tell everyone that's registered. And as soon as they register, they're going to immediately be told what the shared variables are. So I don't think there's any reason to do this. But I might be breaking something and I just won't ever know it. So that's why I need to look through the rest of this. Yeah, I think this one's fine. I think all of the basic ones are going to be fine. So then it's really just botland streams and serialized current season. And botland streams is here. Does this ever set anything new in the end? It does, and it does. Yeah, okay, I think this is fine. I think I'm going to get rid of this. Just don't know why health checks would have needed to do this. Yeah. So when the overseer calls into this, it may have extra data for us. Well, not anymore, it's not going to. Yeah. Okay, let's delete it all. And now there is no such thing as needing extra JSON data here. Yeah. So this can just be const or null. All right, I think that's everything. I also got rid of sending shared variables on every health check between the overseer to the account servers. This happened once every 9 seconds. And as far as I can tell, there's no real reason for that. The commit that added it was this one. I had switched from saying all shared variables. However, the two mechanisms for sending shared variables should be fine on their own. On registration, the overseer, and then the other one is whenever the admin REST server is used to set shared variables on the overseer. Okay. Yeah. Yep. And yep, so let's just delete all that. All right, I think we have our OneNote note now. So this part's done. And then assertions in shared variable template. I don't think there's any reason to have that anymore. I think we can get rid of this comment up here. Default value shouldn't be mentioned anywhere. Yep. So if defined, this is the name of the environment variable we'll pull it from. If it's not defined, then the joy schema should have a default value specified. Not should have, has to have. All right, I think this file is rock solid. Hey, Schwartz. I think the only thing that might be missing is a comment on something. Yeah, expected client version. I'm not going to write a comment for that. Yeah. All right. So let's go launch these things again. Let's also fix these errors, whatever these are. Where are these failing? Oh boy. Looks like practically everything's failing. Save defense. Where's that? Save defense. There's some piece of middleware that's just breaking. I don't know what it is, but it probably uses the account server env at some point. Hey, Romania. It's going pretty well. Yeah, Pebble solid. Search for that. So of all these results, let's just copy them all to the clipboard and put them in here. Are any of these bad? So let's delete all the file names. What's the best way of doing this? /w plus. No, not /s plus. There. Find all those and delete all that. And now remove all the unique ones or non-unique ones. Did that work? Good. And then check them against these. So allow feedback. It's done correctly both times. That's good. Expose servers to public. It's done correctly. Enable purchases. Good. Send email on purchase error. Good. Richmond viewer. This one's never used. I don't care about that. This one should be used. Hey, SLI. I don't know if my friend got in contact with you, but he ordered the computer, so everything's a-okay now. And hey, Undid. How is the Twitch something variable shared? Not using the extra JSON, just throwing it out there. Never mind if it's uninteresting. Everything is shared via these two mechanisms. Either when the account server first contacts the overseer, it will get all of them, or whenever they're changed on the overseer. At least I think that should be it. Like, is Adam on Twitch should follow that same method. It does. Anyway, expected client version didn't seem to even be here. What is this? It is there. Oh, because it was on multiple lines. Yeah, okay. That's fine. All right, botland streams. What are we looking at in here? That's fine too. Is that on Twitch? Good. Serialized current season is not there either because of how current season works. Yeah. Okay, so that's all fine. So now let's search for get shared variable and just find all of these lines. And we have everything looking pretty good, right? Yeah. Excuse me. So I don't know what's going wrong then. I thought I'll try finding it very quickly here. What else can we do? I guess we could just rerun this test. So middleware save defense. I mean, there were a bunch of ones that were failing, right? It'd be nice to copy off all the failures so I knew which ones to rerun later. Let's just copy all these, I guess. There. So at least all of those were failing. Let's start with just this one. Is this working? I don't know what's going on right now. Yeah, it does not like me pasting this in. Oh no, it's because it didn't copy this. Oh, no wonder. Now it shouldn't mind me pasting. And it says pattern matches no files. And yet there it is, matching the files. So this will fail, and I don't know why it fails. Yeah, so should hit proper middleware for buy chip. Where might you be? Here it is. And what does this do? Run middleware existence check. There's some piece of middleware that I missed. External. What does this function do? External route common middleware. Ensure is exposed to public. This is probably what's failing. Where is this? Get shared variable, expose servers to public. Oh, I think I know. Oh, this is not a real issue, is it? It's because of this? It's probably because of this. Yeah, it's probably because of that. There needs to be... I don't know exactly what's wrong just yet, but I know it has something to do with this. Let me close out of all these other tabs. I should be able to find this. Rest test helpers. So it's coming from one of these two spots. There's count server env, we have shared variables, and then inside here we have exposed servers to public true. And that middleware right here tries using exposed servers to public, and this apparently doesn't exist. So get shared variables trying to read it from here, and we had it set here. Maybe params are messing up? That wouldn't make any sense. Run middleware existence test. Might be coming from in here somewhere. Create fake REST server. Where is that? Here. Yeah, weird. All this seems to make sense. And yet it's not working. Well, let's check the diff of this file. Where's REST test helpers? There it is. So we used to get this from the parameters, not that that mattered, and we put it directly into the account server environment, and now we're just putting it into shared variables. I don't see the problem. I know I also renamed the variable from exposed to pub. Oh, wait, maybe this is in shared? No, it's not. Did I modify any shared code? It'd be easier to check with git diff than it is to look through that list. Git status? Yeah. No, because this lines them all up. we can see those are all account server ones, and these are all overseer ones. I didn't modify any shared code. I wonder if this broke at all. Let's just run this again anyway. Yarn run. I forget what this is called. Build? No, it's like server build or something. I'm just gonna watch all. What does this do? There it is. It's dev watch. Goodness. No, that looked like it built everything. It's going to rerun the test, although I shouldn't change anything. Should still fail. Yeah. So we know it has to do with this. Let's debug this. And I'm going to have this run whatever that test is. Now, I don't know if this will just get repurposed into being the tab that I need here. We can close out of these things at this point. Oh, it did work. Okay, excellent. Except for now I need a breakpoint on something, which I don't have. So let's go find this here. Debugger. And that should be it, right? Yes, it should be. I'll have to find out what's going wrong here. We're probably going to see that the value that I expect to be there is either in the wrong spot or it's just missing. If it's missing, it might be pretty tough to figure out why. If it's in the wrong spot, it's going to be dead simple to fix. So server, account server M, there's shared variables, and there's exposed servers to public. So that's set. So now what is this function doing? Undefined. Well, there's the problem. Okay. Yeah, right. Oh, of course. Darn it. Because I'm defining a custom object here that doesn't have what I need it to have. Okay, well, we could write this. This is not a good idea. Oh, yeah, this sucks. Yeah, this sucks. Yeah, lunchtime. Okay, I wonder if it's a better idea to construct a real one of these. Does this do anything that would make that hard to do? I guess read mvars. I mean, there's another, I could fix this pretty easily by just doing something like this. We say like key and return shared variables equals this. And then return shared variables key. This should work. Yeah, that should make the test pass. Oh, it's not gonna run unless we do this. Yarn run test watch. Test middleware by chip.test.js. There. Should succeed. Please do. Nice. Okay, which means that probably all of the tests will now work. I didn't need to rerun dev watch for that, but let's do this before I forget. We'll revert this single line. Revert. What? Did I say dev watch? Oh. Another reason why you shouldn't rerun commands that you don't need to rerun, because you might type them wrong. So let's watch this for a little bit. I'm not going to wait the whole 2 minutes. I just want to see, is there mostly green here? Although, will this even tell us anything? The failures were... Oh, I closed out of them. I don't know where they were anymore. All right, well, while that's working, let's also run the linter. Let's close out of some of these other crazy files we have open. Tab. Yeah. One error. Yeah, the one I just added. Well, I can't save this now or else it's going to rerun all the tests. So we'll just need to remember that. But looks like they're passing so far. Oh my god. Well, this is quite a hefty change. And I haven't even written the test for the new system. Yeah. I wonder how hard it would be to write the test for the new system. And I'll write shortcomings. I don't think there's any major problem with the new design. There is a tiny problem in the existing code that was always there. Twitch min viewers is replicated to the account server by virtue of being in shared variables, even though it's never used on the account server. Hey, Llama. The solution would be to, I guess, make it like send emails. How does send emails work? Yeah, it's just on the overseer. Just like send emails where it only exists on the overseer. Ideally, though, we would do that through an overseer shared variable concept to make replication smooth. Did it pass? Did everything pass? Yes. 236 passed. Great. Now we can fix this debugger statement. Oops. Alright, let's try this out. I only modified 2 packages, so I'll just run their tests and we should be fine. I don't think these will break, because they're not really testing anything that I changed. Okay, so now we have a big question, which I think I already know the answer to, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Should I test and then commit? Or should I commit and then test? And then the question necessarily involves a million thinking faces. So what do we do? I know the answer already. You guys don't need to answer. Fully test-driven development. Test in production. Okay, so let's commit. Because despite knowing that the answer is that you're supposed to test first, I'm still gonna do it the other way around. What's option C? Okay, so what do we do? Refactor shared variable system. Rather than having an individual variable for everything, we now have shared variable templates and a way of replicating them all at once. In order to accomplish this, I had to upgrade Joy everywhere since the old version was deprecated. The new version exists at Happy Joy. Happy spelled with a Y or an I? I don't remember how they spell it. An I. Yeah. Okay, so instead of 80 for this, wrapping column set to that, wrap that, paste it into here, and go look through every single file. This shouldn't be too bad, I think, but I do need to pay pretty close attention to make sure I didn't screw anything up. So the main thing that I want to look through before I forget is, do all these names match? Enable purchases. We should make these alphabetical order. Sort. There, okay. So enable purchases, we see. Exposed to public does not match. It's exposed service to public, but I already knew about that one, but that was the only one I knew about. Send email on purchase error matches. Expected client version matches. Is Adam on Twitch? Exposed to public. I already looked at. Oh, it keeps scrolling to the top. And then Botland streams, yeah. So all those are fine. Is there anything else here that I might not need? No, that's it. Wait, this other one's not used then? Send email on purchase error. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, something's amiss. Which ones are we not using? Here, right on it. So expose to public we're definitely using. So I guess the way we should do this is delete them from here. Expose to public, enable purchases, send email on purchase error, expected client version, is Adam on Twitch, and Botland stream. So these are the 3 that we didn't have. Allow feedback. Where's that being used? Where was this beforehand? Oh, there it is. I just never set a default value? Oh, okay, fine. This I know I'm using, and this we were never using to begin with. Okay, great. Yeah, everything's fine there. Okay, and then the other one where I need to check this stuff to verify the exact same thing is over here. So is Adam on Twitch? Yep, matches exactly. Botland streams. I'm just gonna look at these really fast because I think I know the variable names right now. Allow feedback, yes. Twitchman viewers, yes. It's pulled from the environment with the same name. Expose servers to public was the full name. Enable purchases, send email on purchase error, expect client version. Yeah, all that is good. You can see the tremendous amount of red on the side here because this is what this refactored system allows me to do, is get rid of like 8 times over duplicated code that we had. We're still gonna look through everything here. You're setting season, set current season. Yep, this is fine. This is also good. It just gets a single shared variable. Not too bad. Okay, yep, that's a 1-line change. So everywhere that we get variables now, we need to access this new function. The names match. The reason this is so important is because I don't necessarily have tests for these, given that they're not crucial error paths, and I won't know if they're working until we're in production. Unless someone just so happens to be streaming Botland right now, which has never been the case during my stream, so it's still not the case. If anyone wants to start streaming Botland, I will host you, and you can have all of my viewers. So this stuff looks like it's working fine, good. Allow feedback. Yep, also looks good, cool. Yeah, so most of the changes are going to be this in these files, and there's going to be like 2 files with a lot of stuff. But yeah, this looks fine. Yeah, we stopped doing this. This could have very negative consequences that I won't find out until later. This looks good. This looks good. Expose servers to public. Yep, good. Kava, you probably get that a lot, right? When your name comes up. Someone else saying the emojis. Shared variable enable purchase. Yep, looks good. I am getting quite hungry. Man, so this is... Today has been fine, but I honestly don't know how much more work I can do on stream, given that I feel like the overwhelming amount of work that I have to do now is stuff that's somewhat private. Yeah, I've learned now how Hideo types Elegical, which is Ella tab, because it usually gets corrected with one of the Ella users who are in chat, like Alusha or who's the other person? Someone else that always connects or corrects to. Better hope they never get rid of the debated global emote. Alright, I gotta keep looking through this. Shouldn't be too much though. And yeah, look at all this code that we got rid of now. So nice. Oh, you know what? I could probably load this up in here and tell you guys the exact number of lines that we got rid of. Yeah, look at this. So we could sum all this up. 199 and then a bunch of ones. Anyway, we got rid of like 502 and and we added about 142. So there's still some more down here I didn't really look at. But yeah, getting rid of close to like 400 lines, 350, something like that. That's pretty good. The reason that's good is because it's 350 lines of code we don't have to maintain anymore, and we didn't make anything harder to understand, I think. Now, whether or not this is all working, we have yet to see. Get shared variable is Adam on Twitch, and then set shared variables. Yep, good, good, good. Good. Yep. Yeah. I feel like there should be an assert in get shared variables that makes sure we didn't pass in a parameter. Make sure you didn't pass a parameter. If you did, it means you wanted without the S. Hey, voice of Grog. Okay, I think we're almost done. We're toward the bottom of this list. Does anybody want to stream Botland? This looks good. Yep. Shared variable Botland streams. Yes and yes. Good. And that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. Okay. Actually, chat has been surprisingly quiet today. And this happens every once in a while. I assume people are just lurking. But I would bet if people are lurking, they're probably the majority of people are doing work. And some people are probably playing a game or something. People who are doing work probably cannot stream. You sneaky Rafiki. Is it wrong to lurk? No, it's not wrong to lurk. Eating? That's not one of the two choices I gave you. You better spit that food out and go play a game or go do work. Hey, Ceiling Waffle. The old lurk and work, yeah. I find that much easier to do than to say hi and then try to lurk and work. Nice. So many deleted functions now. Not bad. Hey, Nightcrawler. All right. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. And the last one's right here. Yeah, and I already looked through all this. Oh yeah, this is probably pretty important to say what this does. Given a value, this will run it through the joy schema in the template to validate the value. What do you do with all your food on the floor? Well, if you work as a janitor, then you just work. Otherwise, you gotta wait until later. Next time, try spitting it into the trash. Okay. I think we're in good shape. I'll end one more time, although I think this is excessive. And then we can check in. Yeah, nice. Oh, well, that was quite the commit. I need to write tests, which I think I'll end up doing this afternoon. Test that variables are set correctly, replicate correctly, etc. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to change this. Wrote in one note about this. So it's just testing and then pushing the branch. Took way longer than I wanted it to. Do the test tomorrow on stream and do the private stuff tonight. That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, I should consider that. So on stream tasks, we can write finish writing tests for the new shared variables. What else? What do I need to do for this stuff? This is something else I can do. This is super boring though. Finishing itch work. I gotta talk to Leaf about that. Ask Leaf about external ID purchases. So I get us a stream tomorrow. Whoops. Can't gift points to an emote. I plan on at least starting the stream tomorrow, and then if I didn't find anything to do, just ending it. But yeah, it's probably better to just have things to do. In fact, maybe that's what I'll have to do now is spend some time off stream just kind of planning. Windows code signing issues fixed. Oh man, what else? What else can we do? I guess maybe tomorrow we'll devote it to fixing some bugs. Well, let's look at the before launch list. I could probably try balancing monetization stuff tomorrow. Client out of date issue has to be off stream. Fixing this just should be off stream. Export compliance thing is stupid and I don't like it. I don't want to do it. Figure out what the people are liking challenge mode, maybe tackle some future work. Yeah, some of that could probably be done. Consider making seasons automatically be 2 months by default. Check pre-made blueprint usage. So scaling the effects of chips based on computer level. Challenge mode matches are still taking place on the client. There are any meaningful rewards. Change it back. You know, this pre-launch list actually isn't that big. Maybe some of these are really big tasks in it though. But I think we should go through everything on that list and figure out what we can do. Go through bugs. Go through the before launch list and figure out priorities and what can be done on stream, e.g. monetization balancing. You don't have things you can do? No, I have some things I can do. I just have a lot of things that, so remember, think about this list is there are about 7,000 lines. Of those, there's maybe, I don't know what, like 300 that should be looked at before launch. And maybe 150 of those are private. So I just need to find the ones that I can do on stream. I'm making up numbers here, of course, but it's something along those lines. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I gotta figure out work for this afternoon too. Well, I think that's it for the stream, and I will go find somebody to host. I wonder if we should just start hosting like random people. I wonder if that's good for anything. No, I don't like hosting random people. Although I wonder if I should start taking suggestions from people. Anyway, I will host somebody for now. I'm gonna go find someone. Yeah, let's go with Jesse, who I don't think has been streaming as much lately because I think he just got back. So I will see you guys tomorrow for at least a short stream. I don't know how long I'll be streaming for, and I don't know what I'm going to be doing either. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all the support. See you later.